It's time for high school playoff football with your Garaway Pirates. WJER Sports and Claxon Communications present this live video stream on the WJER Radio YouTube channel, and replays can be found on WJER.com/videos. Special thanks to our scoreboard sponsors: Kime and Charm, Cleveland Clinic Union Hospital, First National Bank of Denison, Hampshire Insurance, Wendy's, T-County Boxing Academy, Commercial and Savings Bank, and Sugar Valley Meats. At the conclusion of the game, we'll choose the player of the game, courtesy of your local Subway restaurants. Now let's go live to the stadium for tonight's action. Here are your WJER sports announcers.
Welcome to WJER's coverage of high school football playoffs and the Garaway Pirates. Thank you for joining us at WJER.com or on the WJER YouTube channel. Today we have a round 3 matchup, a regional semifinal between the number 1 seed Garaway Pirates and the 4 seed, the Northmor Golden Knights. I'm Bill Hammerstrom for WJER Sports, and this time I am joined by Josh Jarvis. He's the assistant principal at New Philadelphia High School, but Josh, you're no stranger to Garaway football.
No, I've been around Garaway football for a long time. I graduated from Garaway in 1997, and in the last 4 years I've been on this coaching staff. They got a tremendous coaching staff, and they've had a really good run here, and I'm really excited about the game tonight.
Josh, looking forward to calling a game with you again. This is a round 3 matchup for the Garaway Pirates as they take on the Northmor Golden Knights. We'll have that entire game for you here live at WJER.com. But first, it's the Coach's Corner. First, it's going to be Northmor coach Scott Armros and then Garaway's Jason Wallach. And that's coming up next here on your sports voice of the Valley, WJER. Bill Hammerstrom here for WJER Sports, here to cover the playoff game between Northmor and Garaway. I'm with Northmor head coach Scott Armros. Coach, your playoff run got off to kind of a slow start. You were down after the first half of your first game, and since then you've been on a tear. What changed after halftime there?
Well, to start halftime, we were down and we were looking at the ground, and our senior leadership kind of got involved and got the kids fired up. We made an adjustment on defense and haven't looked back. So just slight adjustment, and then execution on offense was the difference.
Who should we be watching out for? Who should we be watching out for today?
We've got several guys, both our defensive ends, Ashton Clark and Cameron Goldbuck. For us to have a chance tonight, those guys have to be men coming off the edge, have to use their speed and do a good job. And on offense, our quarterback, A.J. Bauer, who can sling it all over the place, lots of guys to throw it to. When
you look across the field, you see the number 1 seed Garaway undefeated season. How do you overcome what they're able to do?
I see a lot of them, too. About 65 of them, I think, yeah. They're a fantastic football team, a great program. They've got a tremendous amount of talent and speed on both sides of the ball. We have to make them drive and not allow the big play, and we need to force some turnovers, and offensively we need to move the ball down the field and keep the ball out of their offense's hands.
Yeah, I noticed that your team has 19 interceptions on the season. That seems like a lot. How do you think you match up against their conference player of the year?
I don't know that there's a good matchup against Garaway, but I tell you the things that we do well will help us tonight, and that is if we're able to pressure the quarterback and force them into making decisions and get to our zones on defense.
All right, Coach Armros, thank you so much.
Thank you.
With WJER, I'm Bill Hammerstrom. Bill Hammerstrom, WJER Sports, here with Garaway coach Jason Wallach. Coach, you're in the 3rd round of the playoffs now. How much of it is preparing for this specific opponent, and how much of it is just keep doing what you're doing that you've been doing so well?
All week we talked about just taking care of ourselves and working on ourselves. At this point in the season, it's you want to learn your opponent, obviously, so you know what we're doing defensively. But for the most part, it's focus on yourselves and get better every day.
Looking at Northmor, they have a good quarterback, 2 great wide receivers for them, a running back that's over 1,000 yards. It seems like they have a pretty good offense. How do you contain that?
They do. They have a really good quarterback, 3 really, really good wide receivers. So, you hope to put some pressure on them and make them feel uncomfortable back there. And, hopefully we can do that with our front 3, maybe front 4, so we can get a couple more guys into coverage. But, if we have to bring extra pressure to get to them, then it could be a long night for us. So, no, they're a very, very quality football team, very athletic, and definitely going to present some challenges for us here tonight.
Looking at your defense, it seems like we're talking about a different player each week. I think last week was Jace Wallach, who was very disruptive in the backfield. You have Reifenschneider, all the Wallachs, everybody. Does it seem like somebody steps up for you each game?
Yeah, we've been pretty fortunate. Jace played really, really well last week. Wyatt Hirschberger played really well. Jackson's had great games. Wyatt Wallach's had good games. Ethan Kimball, Peyton Keller. But that's what makes us a solid football team. It's hard to really concentrate on one or two guys because I think we have other guys that can hurt you, and it's not something we've necessarily had a lot of in the past.
Your quarterback guy will seem to get tackled a couple times early on in that game, but making good decisions. 7 for 7 on the throws. Are you willing to give up those kind of plays so that no turnovers and perfect passer rating there?
Yeah, you don't have to be perfect every week, but he made some really good decisions. When things were covered, he did tuck it and run, and I wish on a couple of those he would have kept his eyes downfield a little bit because we had guys come open late. Or he might have came off his first or second read a little too early, but for the most part, anytime your quarterback's perfect, that should mean good things for your offense.
All right, Coach Jason Wallach, thank you so much. Good luck.
Thanks, Bill.
All right, we are here at Heath High School Bulldog Stadium, Swank Field here in Heath. We are at the Division 6 Region 23 playoff game between the Garaway Pirates and the Northmor Golden Knights. Third round playoff game. Garaway raced through 2 games. Final scores of those 45-7 and 49-7. I am joined, Bill Hammerstrom here for WJER Sports. I'm joined with a tear in his eye for his alma mater, Josh Jarvis, hearing the national anthem and the school song right there, Josh.
You got that. Really gets me.
So, Josh, this is round 3 for the Garaway Pirates, and we were talking before the game came on that last year this is where the run stopped for Garaway. They lost to a good Perry team out of Lake County, and this has been around that they've had a hard time getting past. What did they learn from that experience last year, and how can they apply that this year?
Well, it really has been. They've been in this round at least 4 or 5 different times, the last 4 years in a row, I know for sure. And it's a ceiling. When I was talking to Coach Wallach at the end of last season, he's like, how do we break through that ceiling? How do we break through that ceiling? And they started working in the offseason right away. We took 2 weeks off. And I was still with them there in the summer, workouts in the summer and stuff, and they really focused on this is what we want to do. We've made it to the Sweet 16 multiple times now. We want to get through. And so they had that message all throughout the summer, all throughout preseason, and here they are again, 12-0. And they got a great opportunity tonight to actually break through that ceiling.
As far as neutral sites go, Heath is a pretty good site. Both teams had to drive over an hour to get here. I mean, it's not in between the schools exactly, but pretty nice stadium, pretty nice setting for this, and it is a little chilly here on the roof of the press box, though, at Bulldog Stadium.
It is a little chilly. This is a nice thing. There's a nice little setup. Good crowd. When I pulled in, there were a lot of cars here already when I got here. Nice looking turf stadium, nice little scoreboard with video board. It's a brisk night, but it's a great night for football. Why wouldn't you want to play football in a little bit cold weather? You know, when you're playing in cold weather, it means you made it a long way in the playoffs, and so that's what everybody wants to be.
So far in this postseason, again, the two victories by Garaway, 45-7 and 49-7, really putting a lot of points on the board, all in the first half. They haven't really had a meaningful play in the second half. A lot of the starters sitting on the bench. What do you see in this offense that you like?
I tell you what, this offense, they can score in a couple different ways. They're really balanced out. Brady Geibel's got over 2,000 yards passing. Dylan Sunland's got over 1,000 yards rushing. Jensen Garber has 1,000 yards receiving. When you go into the playoffs, this deep in the playoffs, and you're looking at another team, Northmor, for instance, looking at film, you usually try to pick out what can we stop? Like, what do we need to stop? And Coach Wes Hostetler says it all the time, who's the head of the snake? You got to cut off the head of the snake. And when you look at this Garaway offense, there isn't one. They have multiple weapons, not more than just the three guys I mentioned, but they can score in many different ways, and they can score quickly. Not only would they have a running clock in the two playoff games, they have had a running clock in 8 of the 12 games this year. So they put up points fast, and they score often.
So no head of the snake on the offense. Defense, too, it seems like every week we're calling somebody else's name. I mean, Wyatt Wallach was the East District Defensive Player of the Year, Coat Player of the Year, leads the team in tackles. Jackson Reifenschneider, 20 tackles for a loss, 8 sacks this season. Peyton Keller also gets in the backfield a lot. Jace Wallach had a big game last week. Who's the mastermind behind this defense that holds playoff teams to 7 points and sets records for the fewest points allowed by a Garaway defense in a season?
I can tell you the last 2 years, Coach Wes Hostetler, when he gets into the film room, he is just focused on the opponent, and he is laser focused on that opponent, and he will spend all of his time breaking everything down. I worked with him on the defensive side of the ball the last couple years. We set the school record for least amount of points 2 years ago, and then broke it last year. Wes he's a student of the game, and he watches film relentlessly more than anybody I've ever been around. And he knows pretty much. It was fun coaching with him the last 2 years over there on the sidelines. When he sees the formation lineup, he can usually narrow it down to about 2 or 3 plays. So he does a tremendous job for this defense, and he's got a high standard. Doesn't matter who's in the game. I remember times on the sidelines, if our varsity's in the game, that's the standard. When our JVs go in and we're up by a lot, the standard doesn't change. So he holds those kids accountable no matter how old they are, and that really from a freshman, sophomore year when they're starting to play a little bit in the second half in games like that, then they get that. They realize that that's going to be the standard, and it really carries over into their junior and senior year.
All right, we did offense, defense. How about special teams? I'm watching Gio Colon out there from the 40-yard line. No pressure on him, but he's making it from 50 yards away.
Gio Colon, I love that kid. I had him in class. And the greatest thing about him is week 3, he wasn't playing football last year. And a couple of the other football players said, hey, can you kick? He's like, yeah, well, I play soccer on the weekends. And they said, oh, just come out to practice. So we brought him out to practice. He started kicking a little bit. And then by the end of the season, we were using him in the playoffs. He kicked a field goal last year in this game in the 16 round. I think it was a 33-yard field goal, something like that. And then earlier this year, he set the school record with a 48-yard field goal against Tusky Valley. So Gio is a great story, and that's a weapon. When you got somebody that can kick the ball to the end zone almost every time, and you got teams starting on the 20-yard line, that's huge. That's huge. Not only that, but then you can score from further outside. That's also huge. So, yeah, Gio and the rest of the special teams, punt return. They've had a few punt returns for a touchdown. Again, this is a team that can score in all 3 phases of the game. It's offense, defense, and special teams. They're going to be a tough team to beat.
Now, Gio Colon hasn't had a lot of chances lately to kick a pressure field goal, but we saw what they did last week on one of those extra points. Kept the guys on the sidelines.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Tell me about that.
So you never know what kind of situation you're going to run into, and there might be a time at the end of the game when the clock's running down, and you don't get to practice that too much. You can practice it, in practice, and they do it every Thursday, but you don't really get those opportunities to do it in the middle of the game. So Coach Wallach took the opportunity to say, you know what, we're going to stay in here on the sidelines and wait till that clock ticks down to 9 or 10 seconds, and you're going to sprint on the field, and you're going to kick that ball as quick as possible. And again, that's something you can't experience in practice, but doing it in a game, that was a great decision by head coach Jason Wallach to give him that opportunity just in case it ever comes down to that.
The competition is stronger here in the third round of the playoffs. Northmor is 10-2 on the season. Garaway is undefeated. We're going to talk about the Golden Knights when we come back right here on your sports voice of the Valley.
There are a lot of steps between conceiving, carrying, and cradling your baby. No matter what stage of motherhood you're in, our team at Cleveland Clinic Union Hospital will be there every step of the way. From your first visit to your first baby, we provide expert care right in the Tuscarawas Valley. Our team partners with each patient to create a custom birthing plan, ensuring the comfort and health of you and your baby for every care in the world. To learn more or schedule an appointment, visit unionhospital.org/motherhood.
The T County Boxing Academy is the area's #1 training center for those who are serious about boxing. Serious athletes know that everything they put into their bodies affects their workouts, which is why the T County Boxing Academy offers the industry's best supplements at the best prices for the best workouts possible, including brands like 5% Nutrition. Try their real food protein with low glycemic carbs. If you want to train like the pros, use the supplements pro boxer Sugar Dre Donovan of Urixville uses. Available at the T County Boxing Academy, located on East High Avenue in New Philadelphia.
Wendy's new breakfast 2 for $3 Biggie Bundles let you create your own delicious combo. Choose from a sausage biscuit, egg and cheese biscuit, small seasoned potatoes, and a medium hot coffee. But it's obvious which combo's the best. Sausage biscuit and small seasoned potatoes. Well, maybe it's the fresh cracked egg and cheese biscuit with a medium hot coffee. Or 2 savory sausage biscuits. Whichever you pick, you can't go wrong. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's new 2 for $3 Biggie Bundles.
Limited time only. U.S. price and participation may vary. Not valid in a combo. Single item at regular price.
The Eat Fresh refresh just won't stop. Now Subway is refreshing their catering with easy order platters and box meals perfect for any occasion. Start with sandwich or wrap platters. They're loaded with craveable crowd pleasers to feed your crew without all the work. Or try individually packaged box meals featuring a tasty 6-inch sub, footlong, or wrap, plus chips and a freshly baked cookie. When you have a group to feed, make it fun, delicious, and easy with catering from Subway. Visit Subway.com to place your catering order. Advance notice may be required.
We are back at Swank Field, Bulldog Stadium, Heath High School, as the Garaway Pirates get set to take the field for their third-round playoff game against the Northmor Golden Knights. Crowds are making some noise here tonight.
Yes,
this is Bill Hammerstrom for WJER Sports with Josh Jarvis. Told you we'd talk about the Northmor Golden Knights. We know that Garaway finished first in the IVC South. Northmor was second in the Knox-Morrow Athletic Conference. They were second to Danville, and they lost to Danville 32-21, one of 2 teams the Golden Knights faced with a winning record this season. And the other team was East Knox. So if we look at common opponents, Garaway beat East Knox 49-7 last week. Northmor beat them 27-6 during the regular season. If you're looking for some players that we're going to keep an eye on, definitely quarterback A.J. Bauer for Northmor. He's thrown for over 2,300 yards, 35 touchdowns, not a running quarterback. He has negative yardage on the season as far as rushing is concerned. First team all-conference, so are both of his receivers, Jackson Winger and Bo Landon. And then they have a running back, Carson Campbell, who's over 1,000 yards on the season. So Josh, I'll put you on the spot. You're coaching against Garaway. What is Northmor going to have to do to slow him down?
Well, they're really going to have to shut down Dylan Sunland. I mean, I got a pretty good feeling, and they've done this in the past, that they're going to try to run the football, and they really got to focus on Dylan Sunland. But you cannot forget about Jensen Garber on the outside. So those are the 2 weapons you really have to stop here if you're going to be successful against the Pirates.
We're shaking here. It's noisy here at Bulldog Stadium.
It is.
At the Swank here in Heath. Looks like Northmor has taken the kickoff, and Gio Colon is going to kick it off for the Pirates. Sent some into the end zone last week for touchbacks. Big improvement over the week before. So we are on the roof of the press box here. Here's Gio Colon with the kickoff. Gets it down to the 10. Takes it to his right. He's out to the 20, 25. Finds a little bit of a hole. Makes a move. He's out to the 37-yard line.
Yeah, a little bit of breakdown there on special teams. I'm sure they're going to be talking about those lanes. Got to cover up those lanes. But, you know, all the antsiness, all the anxiety, you know, you get that out in the first few plays, and then you start playing football.
So, ladies, other teams have started for Garaway. They get off to a quick start, and the other team makes a mistake really early, whether it's a turnover or a penalty or a big tackle for a loss, and they end up behind really quickly. We'll see if Northmor can change the script a little bit. So again, A.J. Bauer is their quarterback, number 1. Like to send that man in motion. Jackson Wenger, first team K-Max. Pass is incomplete. Didn't look like he had a man open over there.
No, there were 3 guys in coverage, and I think this quarterback here knew that. He kind of threw that ball high and more out of bounds. He certainly doesn't want to make a mistake here early in the game.
So it's A.J. Bauer at quarterback, and Carson Campbell is their running back. He's number 23. Again, over 1,000 yards on the season. Second down and 10. It's Campbell with the carry. Gets through the line, but he stood up at the 39-yard line. Gain of about 2. So got forward progress out to the 39.
Ethan Kimball.
Let's set up about a 3rd and 3 here.
Ethan the tackle.
3rd down.
Or excuse me, 3rd and 7.
So empty backfield this time for A.J. Bauer. Again, he's got weapons all over the field. And they're moving him around. 3 receivers to the right. He rolls that way. He's looking deep, airs it out, and it's intercepted by the Pirates. Jensen Garber with the catch on defense. We're used to him catching the big plays on offense, but he gets a pick right there, Josh.
He's a two-way man. He played defensive safety for us last year and played on offense as well. He barely comes off the field, and he's quite the player. And that's just what we were talking about earlier. You don't want to make a mistake early against the Garaway Pirates because they'll make you pay.
Absolutely. Same script as the last 3 games. Turnover early in the game for the opponents. Do you see Garaway going deep here, taking advantage right away?
I see him getting the ball. Sunland seems they can't get him going pretty quickly here, but we'll see.
All right, Brady Geibel fakes the handoff to Sunland. Looking outside there, gets the ball. That is complete to Braden Raber on the catch. Looks like he's got a first down, gain of about 10 yards.
Pass complete. Correction.
Yeah, that play action pass there really got some of those linebackers looking the wrong way, out of position a little bit. He was wide open in the flats.
Now the backfield's empty. Everybody's looking for Jensen Garber over the top, I imagine.
Yeah, that's got to be a focus for them. That's got to be a focus for Northmor, but you start focusing, like I said earlier.
Follows his blockers and squirts through the line for 2 or 3 yards.
You start focusing on Jensen too early, you're going to get hurt by somebody else, and that's why this offense is so powerful.
So we say up here that Dylan Sunland is not a big guy, but don't tell him that, or he'll run you over.
No, he runs like a 6'4", 260-pound man.
He's in the backfield again on 2nd down and 8. He'll get the carry. This time he finds more of a hole. He's got the first down and a gain of about 8 yards.
Great cut there in the hole. Got to the outside a little bit. And that's the thing with Dylan. Like I said, he might be short in stature, but he is pound for pound the strongest kid on this football team. He lifts more weight for his body size than anybody else on this football team, and it shows. He's strong. He's like a bowling ball coming at you.
We've seen him run over guys.
Absolutely.
So 1st and 10. Geibel looking downfield this time. He's under pressure, and he's going to get sacked. It's going to be a loss of about 7 on the play. So something that we've noticed about Geibel is that he makes good decisions. He doesn't throw the ball and turn it over, but last week early he took some tackles in the backfield.
Yeah, he's got his eyes downfield a lot. He's got to sense that pocket. They set the pocket up for him, rushed outside. If he steps up a little bit earlier there, he gives him a little bit more time. Maybe he can pull the trigger.
So loss of 6 on that one. 2nd and 16. Sunland in the backfield again. He's going to take the handoff up the middle. There's nothing going there.
No.
Northmor plugged that up.
Tackle made by Ryan Lowry.
Now you're getting in a situation here where you're 3rd and long, 3rd and about 16, 17 yards.
No gain on that play.
Most likely, you see the Pirates trying to get the ball somewhere outside, maybe a screen, jailbreak, something like that, but they want to get at least half of this back right now.
Ryan Lowry made the tackle on that play for Northmor. Someone still in the backfield. Geibel looking deep. He's going to air it out. And it's a complete pass, and it's a first
catch.
down.
What a catch.
Gain of about 20 yards.
The ball came out, but it was after he hit the ground, and the official calls him down. Now they're going to talk about it a little bit.
On the catch there was the IVC South Offensive Player of the Year. Player of the Year, Jensen Garber.
It is a catch.
They give it to him.
Well, I said they wanted to get at least half of it, and they could take more than half than that.
At the Golden Knights 13.
So the refs have something to talk about.
There's a flag on that sideline. I got a feeling it's a sideline warning. Yeah, looks like that's what they're going to signal. Yeah, I'm sure that coaching staff over there was not too happy about that last call, so that's probably where that flag came from. So no penalty for the first sideline warning. The next time they get one, they do mark the yards off.
So 1st and 10 from the 13. They can still get a first down at the 3.
Yeah.
7:47 to play in the first quarter here. Someone takes the handoff up the middle. This time he found a hole, but trips right out of it. Still a pretty good gain on first down.
That was a good gain. If he keeps his feet through that hole there, he's going to meet that defensive back at about the 4-yard line. That's not very good for the defensive back when Dylan Sunland's got some momentum behind him.
Sunland gets a 6-yard gain.
6 on the play, 2nd down and 4.
So 2nd and 4. A lot of options for the Garaway Pirates on 2nd and 4. They're going to spread it out. And someone's going to stay in the backfield. He's going to get the hand up. He squirts through. He's down to the 2, down to the 1. That's where they'll mark him down, but it's 1st and goal from the 1.
And I see Coach Wallach signaling for the diesel package. Diesel package. When he's pumping his arm like a 18-wheel trucker, you know they're bringing the diesel package, double tight, triple I, and they're just going to say, stop us.
Geibel under center, hands it off. He's up the middle. Are they going to give it to him? Touchdown, Pirates.
Yep, they lined up more of a wing T type formation there for that. That is new this year because that is not what we ran last year, but same concept.
So it's you get Jackson Reifenschneider with the touchdown this time.
You get those defensive linemen foot to foot, and then you just push. Jackson Reifenschneider's another great kid. Last 3 years, he hasn't had the opportunity to play football. He had some health issues. So finally this year, he got all those health issues corrected. He started playing, and as you mentioned earlier, he's got a ton of sacks. He's got a few touchdowns and runs the ball really well.
Gio Colon perfect in the postseason on extra points. Score is 7-0. 6:37 to go in the first quarter here in Heath. Garaway over Northmor. We'll be back on your sports voice of the Valley.
The First National Bank of Denison is proud to be your locally owned community bank. As a community bank, they're also proud to be a sponsor of today's game. Supporting local high school athletics is just one way the First National Bank gives back to the schools and communities that have helped make them successful. The First National Bank of Denison, proud to be your locally owned community bank. Visit them online at fnbdenison.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
All right, we are back at the Swank where Garaway has taken a 7-0 lead with 6:37 to go in the first quarter over Northmor. I'm here, Bill Hammerstrom for WJER Sports. I'm here with
Josh Jarvis.
Josh Jarvis. Sorry, Josh.
It's okay.
Same script as the other two games so far for the Pirates. Big kickoff by Gio Colon. It's going to go into the end zone. Thankfully for Northmor, it bounced in that direction. I think it hit at the 1.
Yeah, again, that's what we were talking about earlier. When you got a weapon like that, and you can force a team to start on the 20-yard line. That's great for your defense. You got to make them go 80 yards. You saw the kick was on the first kick, and they made a few mistakes, left a few lanes open, ended up on like the 36, 37-yard line. You start them 16 yards back. That's a huge help for your defense, and I know Coach Wes Ostetler loves that.
20, where the Golden Knights take over 1st and 10.
So Northmor turned it over on the first possession of the game. Garaway had that big 3rd down conversion that set up their touchdown run by Jackson Riefenschneider. Now Northmor is going to go empty backfield with 4 guys over there. It's going to be a screen to the left. He finds his way outside, cuts back inside. He's got the 1st down, and he's got about 14 yards. Again, A.J. Bauer, the quarterback.
A.J. Bauer's pass.
Yeah, they just stack those wide receivers out there, and they throw that dart out there real quick, get locked up on that first guy, and then make a few guys miss. Well-designed play.
Jackson Wagner with the catch and run on that play. He's first team all-conference for Northmor, along with quarterback A.J. Bauer. So they really have some interesting formations with their skill players, and they're doing that again. This time it's intercepted, and he's going to go all the way for a touchdown. Garaway with the score.
There's a flag on the play, but I'm pretty sure that's on the Northmor Knights. This touchdown will stand.
Jackson Riefenschneider with the 2nd touchdown of the game on an interception, just standing a few feet away from the quarterback.
That was an incredible defensive play, and again, like we mentioned before, they can score in multiple different ways, and you give Garaway those types of touchdowns, you're going to be in for a long night.
2 interceptions already in the game for Northmor. It is 13-0 with Gio Colon's extra point on the way, 5:56 to play in the first quarter. How did he have time to react to that, to catch it?
That was 2 to 3 yards away, I'm pretty sure. I was watching the outside, and I didn't even see. I was watching the receiver see if he was going to catch it. And next thing I know, Jackson Riefenschneider sprinting down the field with the football.
They say sometimes you go to the well once too often. They went to the well one right after the other, and Jackson made him pay for it.
Yeah, it looks like they're trying to switch up their formations, trying to make the defense do something different there and seeing if they can catch him off guard. But again, like you said, you can't keep going to the well that many times before the Garaway Pirate defense is going to pick up on it.
So Northmor lineman jumped. So they get the 5 yards back. Not exactly sure what he was doing there. There wasn't a chance for a snap, but Gio Colon doesn't get a chance to test out his leg here. It's still a regular extra point now.
Well, I guess we're going to talk about it a little bit more.
I guess so. This is a very long extra point.
And Gio might set a record this year for the longest point after the touchdown.
So Gio Colon, 9 for 9 on extra points so far this postseason for Garaway. It is 14-0 Pirates over the Golden Knights with 5:56 to play in the first quarter. Right here on your sports voice of the Valley.
In the rolling hills of Holmes County, we tend to do things a bit differently. At Kime, we're in the business of uncommon experiences, and we're here to care for your project like we care for our own. We believe that quality matters and want to help you get it right the first time, because your project deserves it. So visit Kime Home Center, your source and destination for all things home, building, and woodworking. Kime, built on trust since 1911.
All right, it's 14-0. Garaway over Northmor here at the Swank in Heath. This is a round 3 playoff game as the Garaway Pirates are off to a fast start, 14-0. One thing an opponent of the Pirates can't do is beat themselves, and so far Northmor has given the ball up 2 times, Josh.
Yeah, the Pirates scored 2 touchdowns in less than a minute right there. And again, it's something you can't do. You gotta establish a little bit of a running game or something. Northmor likes to throw it a lot, but you gotta hold on to the football a little bit longer.
All right, Giacalone kicking off again. They're gonna let it bounce again at the 1. And thankfully for them, it goes into the end zone for a touchback.
Only about 2 yards in the end zone there before it kicked back out. So.
I know. He puts a little different English on that ball, and it's live.
He does. And you know what? Like I said, he's gotten a lot better since he came out last year. It didn't hit the end zone too often towards the end of the year last year, but this year he is really putting that ball deep.
So Pirates defense back on the field. So far it's 14-0. They've scored as many points as the offense. And both times it's Jackson Raifenschneider for the Garaway Pirates. 1 offensive score, 1 defensive score.
A lot of these guys playing 2 ways, and they're athletes. They're athletes, and they can do it. They can do it the whole game. And when you got weapons like that, again, you can have some fun.
So see if A.J. Bauer keeps throwing. They're going to hand it off to Campbell. He's going to get tackled past the line of scrimmage, just a gain of 1 on the play.
Yeah, not much really there. Defensive lineman got some penetration there, and defensive end on that side. So they were actually in the backfield. He was fortunate to get past the sticks.
Clayton Downs 2 games ago was our Subway player of the game. Made a lot of big plays in that first round playoff game for the Garaway Pirate defense. Just one of several names that we've heard a lot of. Jason Wallach is set to make a big play. He had a good game last week.
Yeah, again, like you mentioned earlier, there's a lot of weapons on this defense too, and when different guys are stepping up at different times, that's also important, and it can bring you a lot of success.
So A.J. Bauer back to throw. He's going to throw deep. It's going to be intercepted one more time. Number 27 with the pick, that's Peyton Keller. He has an interception return for a touchdown on the season, and now he's got an interception in the postseason. 3 interceptions for the Pirate defense so far. Excellent start for the Garaway defense. Northmor is just digging a big hole.
This is the last thing that Northmor wanted to do. 3 possessions, 3 interceptions, 1 interception for a touchdown, and Garaway is set up in really good field position on the 22-yard line to punch it in again.
Where is Jensen Garber on the field? He is split wide left. Dylan Sunland in the backfield. Those are their 2 big weapons. Brady Geibel with the snap. Hands it off to Dylan Sunland. He's got a big hole. He is down to the 10. He's down to the 5. He drags a tackler down to the 1-yard line. Sunland with the gain of 21 yards on the play.
And again, he makes that cut. He sticks 1 foot in the ground and moves a different direction. And when he gets going quick.
Carried a couple tacklers for about 3 or 4 yards at the end there. Now it's an empty backfield. He's going to take it himself. And he is in for the touchdown. Garaway goes up 20-0.
Yeah, that was a simple quarterback draw there. They spread him out. They ran with the diesel package last time they were on the goal line. This time they spread him out a little bit more, and Brady Geibel was running that football from the get-go. Got in pretty easy.
So Brady Geibel with the touchdown. Put the Pirates up 3 scores.
Anderson Cologne to attempt the extra point.
And Gio Cologne about to try his 10th extra point on the postseason. And he's 10 for 10. 21-0, 4:37 in the first quarter. We'll be back on your sports voice of the Valley.
Hey there, Garaway Pirate fans. For over 60 years, Hampshire Insurance has been a cornerstone of the Sugar Creek community, specializing in home, auto, life, commercial, and farm insurance. With their friendly and efficient service, you can rest easy knowing Hampshire Insurance is providing a path forward when the unthinkable happens. Give them a call at 330-852-4087. Hampshire Insurance, proud supporters of the Garaway Pirates and your trusted neighbors in Sugar Creek.
So Garaway is up 21-0 in this third round playoff game, Division 6 Region 23. Northmor has thrown 3 interceptions, put themselves well behind early in this game. Not how we expected it to go in this third round with a 10-2 team, although Garaway is exceptional.
Not really, but I tell you what, the interceptions that have been thrown, they have just been jump balls. 2 of them have certainly been jump balls, just deep, and you can't just throw it up and hope that one of your guys is going to be able to get it.
This time he catches it at the 2, brings it out to the 10, and he's going to get swarmed under at about the 18-yard line. There might be a flag on the play.
Yeah, there's a flag down about the 24-yard line. That looks like it's going to be a block in the back, I think.
Jackson Wagner with the return there.
Yep.
Block in the back, signal against Northmor.
Probably got some advice on the sidelines to catch those deep kicks and instead of letting them bounce at the 1 or the 2.
Yeah, I mean, generally, even if you're catching the ball at the 1, you can get out past the 20-yard line. It's not like the NFL where they're bringing the ball to the 25 now every time. But if you got an opportunity to make that catch on the 1-yard line or even the 2-yard line, you got to take advantage of it. Now, you get in a situation like this where you get a block in the back and now you're moved back to the 9, that makes it a little bit more difficult.
Northmor has had just a bad string of plays here with the penalties, with the 3 interceptions. A.J. Bauer is an all-conference first-teamer, but he's thrown 3 picks today. Hands it off to Campbell, who takes it to the left side. And he's going to break through a couple tackles. Gets about 3 or 4 yards on the play, brings him 2nd down and 6. But any positive gain, they'll take it right now.
Yeah, and going there to the left, looked like the Garaway Pirates were arm tackling there a little bit. I'm sure Coach Wes Hostetler's going to be on him about that. But like gaining 4 yards on a run like that that's positive for them, and they need it. They need to do something other than throwing picks to the Garaway Pirates all night.
All right, quarterback A.J. Bauer in the shotgun. He's going to hand it off again to Campbell. This time he's not going to make it past the line of scrimmage.
Campbell with the run.
Yeah, he got stood up in the hole there. Jackson Riefensnyder on the tackle again.
So Jackson Riefensnyder, last 2 plays, his name's been called for tackles. He scored 2 touchdowns today, 1 defensive, 1 offensive. Early front runner for the Subway player of the game.
I would say he's a front runner for sure at this point. Northmore's going in more traditional formation sets and then moving a bunch of guys around like they were in the first few series.
It's 3rd and 5. A.J. Bauer throwing it outside. This time it's complete for a 1st down. Gain of about 7 yards. Bo Landon with the catch.
And that's what they need here if they're going to stay in this football game. They need to start moving the chains. Getting a 1st down, small victories, and then get something going.
1st and 10 at the 23.
That was good timing because if that was late, the defender was over there ready to step in front of it. You watch on the replay, he was headed that way. Campbell, and it's a reverse. And he's going to get 3 yards on a little bit of trickery.
That looked like one of those little counters that Garaway used to run way back in the day whenever they were running the wing T. It's a reverse type look. But hey, again, success. You're getting 3 yards. You get 3 yards 4 times in a row. That's enough for a 1st down. So
I'm sure though you empty your playbook out a little bit. You want your trick plays to do a little better than 3 yards. Campbell with the carry this time. He's up the middle. He's wrapped up after a gain of 1. It'll be 3rd and 6.
But you get this late in the season, you haven't run those plays, you've been practicing them for 10, 12 weeks, and you get to a game like this, and you're going to keep them in the bag or you're going to pull them out.
So Blake Nussbaum with the tackle on that play. 3rd and 6. Northmor looking to throw. Thrown about as many interceptions as completions so far. There's a throw out, and he completes it again.
That ball was put in a very good spot. Fortunately, the wide receiver was able to reach out and catch it. Almost lost his balance there, but there we go. Moving the chains again. 2nd 1st down on this drive.
Bo Landon with the catch.
1st and 10. The Golden Knights, 38.
quarterback A.J. Bauer might have gotten some of his confidence back after those 3 picks earlier. Found a receiver he likes in Bo Landon.
The coach is putting him in good positions where they're easy throws, their simple throws are not too far down the field to get that confidence back.
Takes the handoff to Campbell, throws it out to that side. He's got an open receiver who makes a catch and makes him move. And he's going to get tackled after a gain of 7 on the play. Opposite side of Bo Landon that time.
Yeah, again, that's just a curl route. The defensive corner's playing back, and he's just going to sit down in that zone where nobody is, make a guy move, make a guy miss, and then you got 3 yards to go on second down.
So that was Bo Landon again. With the catch on the play, they flipped him to the other side of the field, so they found somebody that they want to get the ball to, and it brings up 2nd down and 7. Bowers hands it off to Campbell, who tries the middle of the line, and he gets absolutely nothing. Immediately tackled by the Garaway Pirates.
Looks like he might have lost a yard there.
They might want to think about running away from Jackson Reifenschneider.
Yeah, we keep hearing his name. On the inside there, he's a force to be reckoned with.
It's not like you could say, though, run it Wyatt Wallach or something. There's a lot of forces out there.
That's also true. There's not too many holes in that defensive line.
No. So 3rd and 4, throws it outside, the same play they've been running, and it's defended on the play.
Bowers pass to Landon falls incomplete.
Looks like Cameron gets Boda breaking up the pass there.
Yeah, again, going to that play about one too many times. Cameron saying you're not going to do it again this time. He sees that, he's seen that route combination, and he jumped at that time.
So it looked like they were trying to get the ball to Bo Landon that whole time, and they're going to go for it on 4th and 4. They haven't quite crossed midfield. So Bo Landon's been their go-to receiver, but they have a few good weapons there.
Yeah, they do, and this is a big decision right here to go for it on 4th and 4.
He's going to throw it out here, and it's the same play, and it's a completion, and it's a 1st down, gain of about 6. Bo Landon again. So they're just going to keep going. Bowers to Landon here for Northmor.
Yeah, you got the corners playing some soft coverage there on the outside, and they're really taking advantage of that. Saying if they're going to stay back, we're just going to sit down at 5 yards, and we can make that completion. That's the end of the quarter.
So it is 21-0 Garaway over Northmor, the end of the 1st quarter. We will be back on your sports voice of the Valley.
Let Sugar Valley Meats help you get ready for the game with all your tailgate favorites. Their retail store features the freshest, locally raised beef, pork, and chicken. Enjoy freshly cured and smoked meats from the Sugar Valley Smokehouse, along with bologna, hot dogs, jerkies, and more. They can custom cut your order, and all meats are dressed on site, all with everyday low prices. Sugar Valley Meats, State Route 39 to Dutch Valley Drive, turn right and go 1/4 mile, celebrating over 30 years of fresh, farm-raised local meats.
Attention local businesses. Are you looking to expand, invest, or start a new venture? This is Chris Delatorre at the Commercial and Savings Bank. We know that growing your business takes more than just hard work. It takes the right financial partner. At CSB, we offer a range of commercial lending solutions tailored to your unique needs. From equipment financing to expansion loans, our team of experts is ready to support your success. Call or text us at 800-654-9015 to discuss your business goals today. The Commercial and Savings Bank, empowering local businesses. Member FDIC.
Back to Heath as the Garaway Pirates lead 21-0 over Northmor. Defense has 3 interceptions so far in the game. One of them returned for a touchdown. The other 2 converted into points on the offensive end. Northmor has a 1st and 10. He's throwing it deep. The man is beat through his defensive back, but it falls incomplete.
He had a step or two on that defensive back. They've been dinking and dunking outside, running those 5-yard curls. They decided that we're coming out of the half, we're going to take a shot. And while he had a man running open, and the throw was just a little bit too long.
Bo Landon again. They are really trying to get the ball to him. They must like his leadership on that team to come back after those 3 interceptions. I'm sure the defensive coordinator is going to do his best to stop him, right?
Oh yeah, you're going to be seeing that. They're going to make some, as you stop.
Tackled for a loss on the play. Wrapped up in the backfield. Jackson Reifenschneider in there again.
Could it be him again?
Yeah, number 8.
Jackson Reifenschneider in on that tackle.
Yeah, you know that the defense is going to be making some adjustments here, and especially at the end of the quarter here at halftime. But again, when you got a 21-point lead, you're going to want to give up. You're going to give up those 5 yards. You know, the clock is your friend right now, and so we don't need to get too crazy and covering those 5 yards out. Let them catch it, tackle them, and keep moving along.
All right, A.J. Bowers back to pass. He's going deep again. He's got a man open, and it is complete. He breaks a tackle. He's down to the 20-yard line. 1st and 10 at the 20 for Northmore.
Yeah,
Bo Landon once again with the reception.
Looked like that defensive back had an opportunity to put a pretty good hit on it, but he kind of adjusted his route to maybe go after the football instead, and ends up not even making the tackle there, and a big play from Northmor.
Almost 30 yards on the game. Hands the ball off to Campbell. This time he's got a little bit of space. He's going to take it up. And the ball is on the ground.
Oh, no.
It's a fumble. Did they turn it over for the 4th time?
Yes.
They did. Oh, my. Jensen Garber with the fumble recovery on the play. His 2nd turnover of the game, and the 4th for Northmor. The 4th forced by Garaway.
I'm telling you, that really takes the wind out of your sails. You finally start moving the chains. You're finally moving down the field. You get in the Garaway territory, and then you fumble the football again, hurting themselves.
They were patient with those dink and dunk passes, and were able to open up the middle of the field, complete a couple of long balls, and they put the ball on the ground, and Jensen Garber made them pay. Offense is back out there. Brady Geibel in the shotgun. He's got Dylan Sunland next to him. Sunland takes the handoff up the middle, shifts, gets about 3 or 4 yards.
Even when it looks like he doesn't have much, he ends up with 3 or 4 yards.
He even got 5 there, fell forward.
Yeah, I mean, and that's so important. He's a guy that never falls backwards. He's always moving the ball forward and get you a few extra yards after contact.
So right now they emptied the backfield. Brady Geibel in the shotgun. Sunland is short to his right, and he gets the pass. He's going to get a 1st down. He's going to make somebody miss. And again falls forward to the 35-yard line. Gain of about 11 on the play.
See, and that's a scary thing with Dylan Sunland. When you empty up the backfield and you put him as that number 3 receiver, that's the bubble route that they've run for years and years and years. It's basically a long handoff. And you can get him in space out there, then it can be very dangerous outside too.
He actually got about 14 yards on the play. He's in the backfield again. Throws it back to Jensen. He's going to move around, makes 2 people miss. He's out to the 40, puts on a stiff arm and gets taken out of bounds at the 38-yard line after he crosses midfield.
Yeah, again, that similar long handoff there. That's their jailbreak. They've been running that also for a long time. Jensen makes a great move on that first defensive back and then starts shooting right up the middle there and gets him past the 50-yard line into
got about 23 yards on the play. There is an injured player down. It's for Northmor. Looks like it's number 4, Paul Kramer. Paul Kramer, another first-teamer for their all-conference team on defense. Big contributor on the defensive side of the ball for Northmor. So we are going to take a break. We will be right back. It's 21-0, 9:30 to go in the first half. Garaway leads Northmor here on your sports voice of the Valley.
Anyone can improve their balance, hand-eye coordination, discipline, footwork, endurance, and cardio with boxing classes at the T County Boxing Academy on East High Avenue in New Philadelphia. Stop in, call, or text to get the same animal and 5% nutrition sports supplements used by pro boxer Sugar Dre Donovan, featuring the all-new 5% pre-workout RTD known as Kill It. Follow the T County Boxing Academy on Facebook for training videos and product reviews. The T County Boxing Academy, where serious athletes train.
Let Sugar Valley Meats help you get ready for the game with all your tailgate favorites. Their retail store features the freshest, locally raised beef, pork, and chicken. Enjoy freshly cured and smoked meats from the Sugar Valley Smokehouse, along with bologna, hot dogs, jerkies, and more. They can custom cut your order, and all meats are dressed on site, all with everyday low prices. Sugar Valley Meats, State Route 39 to Dutch Valley Drive, turn right and go a quarter of a mile, celebrating over 30 years of fresh, farm-raised, local meats.
Bill Hammerstrom, Josh Jarvis here on your sports voice of the Valley. We are in Heath for Garaway's third-round playoff game against Northmor, and they are leading 21-0 with 9:30 to play in the half. Brady Geibel empties the backfield. Dylan Sunland short to his left. Screen. It's complete. He's got a lot of space in front of him. He's running right up the middle of the field. He's down to the 20-10, inside the 10-yard line. Sorry.
Wyatt Wallach there.
Hunter Folk with the stop for Northmor.
They turned a play like that into a touchdown last week.
Yeah,
that same sort of screen in the middle of the field.
And I tell you, when he drops back there and just barely dumps that ball over, there's two linemen over there that almost got their hand on it. He just got it high enough for Wyatt to take it down the field.
All right, Sunland's taking the handoff. He's got space. He's down to the 1. He falls forward. Is he into the end zone? They'll put him down at the 1. So Sunland gets them 2nd and goal from the 1, gain of 7 on the play. It feels like they could pick a player to score a touchdown on this play the way they've been going so far from the 1-yard line.
Yeah.
Who wants a touchdown? Jackson, get in there.
You can
Brady,
look up and down the sideline there and say, who wants to get in here? I got a feeling they're going to go back to Sunland again right here.
All right, he's in the backfield. They're going to go Brady Geibel behind Sunland into the end zone for the touchdown. 4 scores in the first half so far for the Garaway Pirates, and they lead 27-0 over Northmor, with a Gio Colon extra point away from leading 28-0 with 8:30 in the first half.
They had, again, Dylan Sunland can be a weapon, whether he's running the football or blocking. It looked like he might have left a little bit early, but the referees didn't see it, so they let that slide there, and then Brady Geibel just follows him right into the end zone.
So Brady Geibel with his 2nd rushing touchdown of the day. Jackson Reifenschneider has the other 2 scores for the Pirates. And Gio Colon wraps up the scoring once again with an extra point. Perfect so far in the postseason. 8:30 to go in the second quarter. It's 28-0 Garaway over Northmor. We'll be back on WJER, your sports voice of the Valley.
Attention local businesses. Are you looking to expand, invest, or start a new venture? This is Chris Delatorre at the Commercial and Savings Bank. We know that growing your business takes more than just hard work. It takes the right financial partner. At CSB, we offer a range of commercial lending solutions tailored to your unique needs. From equipment financing to expansion loans, our team of experts is ready to support your success. Call or text us at 800-654-9015 to discuss your business goals today. The Commercial and Savings Bank, empowering local businesses. Member FDIC.
All right, we are back in Heath. It's 28-0 Garaway over Northmor. And you're telling me, Josh, Bill Hammerstrom here with Josh Jarvis, that the coaches weren't expecting this kind of lopsided game.
Now, I talked to the coaches earlier this week, and they felt good about the matchup. They liked the way that they matched up against Northmor. But again, you get this deep, you're going to play good football teams. They only had 2 losses on the season. So they felt like they had a good opportunity if they played football the way they can play football. But they didn't think it was going to be something that they would just roll through. And here we are, 28-0 here in the second quarter with 8 minutes and 30 seconds left.
4 possessions so far for Northmor. 4 turnovers.
Yep, 3 picks. You're right, with 3 picks and 1 fumble. And only 3 possessions for the Pirates and 4 scores.
Yeah. So 28-0 again. Gio Colon set to kick it off. This time he'll get it at about the 5. He'll bring it out to the 20. He's brought down there. Nice tackle. Jackson Wagner with the return. Looked like he could have made a move and got a few extra yards, but
yeah, Clayton Downs got his hands on him, and when Clayton Downs, we were talking about him earlier, he made some big plays earlier this year. When he gets his hands on you, it's hard to get away from that.
So 1st and 10 for the Golden Knights from the 20-yard line. 8:24 to play in the first half.
Yeah, they had success moving the football last series. Again, they just costly turnover in the red zone. See if they're going to go back to some of that short pass, the outside dink and dunk stuff, because Garaway's going to give it to him.
A.J. Bauer's the quarterback. Bo Dillon's been his receiver, his go-to guy. Bo Landon's been his receiver. They're going to take a timeout. They can't afford a bad play. I mean, they've had enough of them already.
They saw something they didn't like, obviously, and they were not going to take their chances there, and they called the timeout.
So 3 interceptions so far in this game. Jackson Reifenschneider with one of them. Not Dylan Sunland. Who had our other interceptions?
Jensen Garber.
Jensen Garber and Peyton Keller?
Yes, Peyton Keller. Peyton Keller had the one over here on the Garaway sideline as well.
And Jensen Garber had the fumble recovery. So Jensen Garber responsible for two of those turnovers. Peyton Keller and Jackson Reifenschneider for the other 2.
Yeah, again, spread things out on the defense like we talked about earlier. I mean, there's a lot of different guys that can hurt you. We got 3 different guys with interceptions already this game. One with an interception for a touchdown.
Then offensively, it's Brady Geibel with 2 touchdown runs, Jackson Reifenschneider with a touchdown run, and Jackson Reifenschneider with an interception return for a touchdown, where he caught the ball just a few feet away from the quarterback's release. All right, here we go. 1st and 10, throwing it outside, and it's incomplete. Tried something different there.
Yeah, it looked like I don't know if it was he coming out of the backfield. He just came out in the flats there. They cleared it out with 2 wide receivers down on the outside and just leaked the guy out into the flats there. And I know at this point, 28-0, Garaway's going to let him throw that ball, let him catch it, make the tackle, and keep the clock moving.
So quarterback A.J. Bauer looking to pass again. He throws it across the middle, and he completes it. Nice throw, nice catch. Gets a first down. Bo Landon again with the catch, and he's limping a little bit, which they can't afford. He's been their entire offense so far. He's not coming out, though.
There, Cameron Gosboda on that time. It was similar to the last play where he went after the ball, missed the tackle. He was not missing the tackle this time.
So gain of about 18 yards on the play, A.J. Bauer to Bo Landon. But Bo Landon cannot continue. It's not good news. Excellent receiver for them. He showed it today. He's on the first team all-conference for the Northmor Golden Knights.
He came up to the line there and got in his stance, and then I don't know if it's a cramp or what it is, but he just went straight to the ground.
Well, you could see him limping when he got up after he was tackled, and his coaches probably told him just to get on the ground. You're not in any kind of condition to go run a route for us right now. So,
yeah, and I know with this Garaway defense, they make you pay on Saturdays because they hit hard, they hit often, and a lot of teams on Saturday mornings they're sitting there watching film from the previous day with ice packs on them all over the place.
So we hope Bo Landon's okay. He's had almost all their catches so far. Anything positive has been to Bo Landon, but he's up. And they're going to help him off the field.
You hate to see that. You hate to see a kid like that that's this late in the playoffs. I was hoping he could get up and walk off on his own, but he is being helped to the sideline. Let's hope he's okay.
So A.J. Bauer loses his top target today, but Jackson Wenger is another option out there. We haven't heard Hunter Falk's name yet. He's also on the all-conference team for Northmor. A.J. Bauer in the shotgun, empty backfield, throws a bit of a screen. Everybody wanted to catch that.
Yet, that was almost the 4th pick of the night.
A.J. Bauer's pass to Hunter Falk falls incomplete. Timeout on the field.
Now a Garaway Pirate is down on the field. Looks like he hit the ground hard. I wouldn't be surprised if he got the air knocked out of him.
Yeah, yep. When he was wiggling his legs around there, it looked like when he went up after that football, he might have got an elbow to the gut or something. Let's hope he's okay.
So 7:45 to play here in the first half. 28-0 Garaway over Northmor. We'll be right back on your sports voice of the Valley.
Anyone can improve their balance, hand-eye coordination, discipline, footwork, endurance, and cardio with boxing classes at the T-County Boxing Academy on East High Avenue in New Philadelphia. Stop in, call, or text to get the same animal and 5% nutrition sports supplements used by pro boxer Sugar Dre Donovan, featuring the all-new 5% pre-workout RTD known as Kill It. Follow the T County Boxing Academy on Facebook for training videos and product reviews. The T County Boxing Academy, where serious athletes train.
So that's Ethan Kimball coming off the field now for the Garaway Pirates. Looks to be holding his shoulder a little bit. Hopefully he's all right, can get back into the game. This second down and 10 for Northmor. 28-0, Garaway in the lead.
Second down and 10.
Campbell gets the handoff, and he's tackled for a loss. Loss of 2. Again, they just lost their best receiver so far today, so they're going to go to their best running back. Clayton Downs with the tackle.
Yeah, there wasn't really anything there. Defensive line's penetration there. They were in the backfield right away, and he really had nowhere to go.
So again, it was Bo Landon who left the game, top receiver so far today, and they went right to the run with Campbell. A.J. Bauer getting an extended call from the sideline there. Second and 12. Just throws it up, and it's picked off again. Ill-advised throw. This time with the interception for the Garaway Pirates. It's Peyton Keller, his second one of the day. That is 5 turnovers.
That was a great play, but that pick was helped out by that defensive lineman putting his helmet into the chest of the quarterback as he's throwing the ball. And what great awareness by Peyton Keller to go up and get that football and still get his feet in bounds. That was right on the sideline. He made an excellent play right there.
So 28-0, thanks to one of tonight's scoreboard sponsors, Keim in Charm, Ohio. Keim is the destination and trusted source for your home building and woodworking needs. Visit in Charm today or online at keimlumber.com. First and 10 for the Garaway Pirates. Brady Geibel is going to throw the ball. He's looking deep. He sends it downfield. He's open. It's caught. Jensen Garber makes a move, spins around, and gets into the end zone for the touchdown, Garaway.
My goodness, what a move. He had to step on that wide receiver. The ball was just slightly underthrown to where he had to slow down, but that didn't stop Jensen. He makes a quick move and gets into the end zone.
I think they did the Spider-Man celebration in the end zone, pointing to each other. Jensen Garber, that was kind of a poor effort on the tackle. They're just grabbing his jersey, but Jensen Garber made him pay for it and spun his way into the end zone. Another turnover turned into points for Garaway.
That wouldn't surprise me one bit if that's what they were doing in the end zone. These guys work a week, and they always got to come up with something different.
Gio Cologne in for the extra point.
Oh, my.
Wow. So he's still perfect.
I thought we were going to see his first miss here in the playoffs, but that could not have been any shorter.
Everything's going his way. Maybe we get a replay on that kickoff, on that kick. Again, it's 35-0 right now, thanks to one of tonight's scoreboard sponsors, Cleveland Clinic Union Hospital. Quality care close to home. Visit clevelandclinic.org and click on locations to learn more about Cleveland Clinic Union Hospital. And also, let's thank Wendy's. That's another one of tonight's scoreboard sponsors. Local Wendy's restaurants. Stop by at any of your local Wendy's following the game. When it's frosty outside, you want some Wendy's chili. Wendy's, where their recipe is quality.
I had some Wendy's on the way down here this evening. It was very good. Frosties, my daughter had a little pumpkin spice frosty, and she said it was.
We go through these. I've got some more here, and it's nice to personalize them like that, but I have Hampshire Insurance in front of me, and Joe Hampshire is waiting for a phone call from me. Joe, it's coming. I'm sorry. I'm just busy here. I'm calling a football game. But, I got the quotes. They look good. We'll sign them. We'll get them to you. So thanks to Joe Hampshire, another scoreboard sponsor tonight. 35-0, 6:43 to go in the first half. 30 points means a running clock in the second half, but not here in the first half. 6:43 to play. Gio Cologne going to kick the ball off. Lets it bounce into the end zone. They'll get the ball on the 20-yard line. 6:43, 35-0. Again, our scoreboard sponsor, Hampshire Insurance, proud supporters of the Garaway Pirates and your trusted neighbors in Sugar Creek for over 60 years. Hampshire Insurance has been a cornerstone of the Sugar Creek community, specializing in home, auto, life, commercial, and farm insurance. Contact them today at 330-852-4087. Joe, I'm going to call you, I promise. I have the information. 35-0 here, 6:43 to go in the first half. Hampshire Insurance has been providing my family's insurance since I've been married, I believe.
Good people, those Hampshires.
Another tackle for a loss. Campbell couldn't get away in the backfield. I think Garaway thinks the ball might have came out.
Yeah, they stopped his forward progress. They're blowing the whistle. They're having a little bit too much fun here, just trying to carry him back into the end zone, get that ball away from him. Every possession has ended in a turnover so far in this first half for Northmor, and when you smell blood in the water, you want to keep getting them. You want to keep getting after it.
That's Jackson Reifenschneider again. He's got to be up to 24 tackles for a loss on the season, averaging, that would be more than 2 a game. So A.J. Bauer in shotgun. This time he's going to throw it. And he completes it. Receivers tackled out of bounds. Gain of 4. Well, actually gain of 7 on the play.
Again, tackled quickly on that. Garaway at this point in the game, they're up 35 points. They're going to give up those 5 and 6-yard outs.
Jackson Wenger with the catch. He's another first-team all-conference player for Northmor. So in their conference, they have some quality offensive players who put up some good numbers.
Yeah, they seem to spread the ball out too as well. Not as much tonight, but they're going to have to.
A.J. Bauer looking down, and he's going to get sacked.
Is that Clayton Downs?
Clayton Downs with the sack.
Yeah, Clayton Downs came through there and looked like nobody was attempting to block him as he makes a sack.
So they're down 35-0.
This is going to be our first punt.
First punt of the day. They converted a 4th down earlier, but a little too much to ask. 4th and 14 from the 15-yard line. Dangerous play, though, as they have the Garaway receivers lined up at the 45. I don't know if that wasn't tipped, but that punt did not make it very far.
No, there was somebody back there in the backfield for the Garaway Pirates pressuring that punt, and it might have gone off someone. If not, it just went off the side of his foot. Garaway's going to have great field position to start this possession.
Yeah, it's a 14-yard punt. Let's see. Here's the replay.
The Golden Knights 32, and the Pirates take over 1st and 10.
He was right there. If anything, it maybe affected his kicking motion.
Yeah, it looked like the kicker may have saw something coming out of the corner of his eye, stepped to the left a little bit there.
So Garaway leading 35-0, has a 1st and 10 from the 32-yard line. Dylan Sunland gets the handoff, squirts through the line. He's got a big gain. He's going to go outside, and he's going to get 9 yards on the carry. A lot of Dylan Sunland, I imagine, coming for the rest of this half.
Yep. You're going to see them wanting to run the football, wanting to run the clock.
Gain of 9, 2nd down and 1.
Again, that was a nice cut in the hole right there, and then Dylan gets about 9 yards on that carry.
So we are on the roof of the press box here at Bulldog Stadium, Swank Field at Heath High School. Pirates up 35-0. Brady Geibel hands it off to Sunland again, who gets stood up in the backfield. Big loss on the play of about 5 yards. It'll bring up 3rd and 5.
Yeah, you don't see that happen too often, but Dylan barely had the ball in his hands before he was swallowed up. Some miss.
Quick with the play call there. Or just trying to get an extra 5 yards on the hard count.
See if they don't try to get it outside here to Dylan Sunland.
Geibel looking across the middle to him. And it's through his hands, incomplete. big hit was on the way.
Brady Geibel's pass to Wyatt Wallach.
That was that's one of those plays they run off of that bubble. Dylan Sunland bubbling outside. Brady Geibel looks at him, and while those wide receivers show block, then they take off on slants. He was open.
Not many schools that I've watched cheer for the kicker when they come on for the field goal, but here's Gio Colonin to try a field goal,
I'm telling
and the crowd goes wild.
This kid, Creek, Ohio. He's a great kid inside the class, outside. In football, he's always got a smile on his face, and I'm sure he's thrilled to attempt this. What are we looking at? 45-yard field goal.
Gio chance is going up 45 yards. This is not an easy one. High snap. The kick is up. The kick is just off to the left. That attempt got off to a rough start there with that high snap.
It did. That snap was high, and the holder had to go up and get it, and that sometimes can mess with your steps. But hey, it still was close.
All right, it is 35-0, 3:36 to play here in the first half. Thanks to one of tonight's scoreboard sponsors, Sugar Valley Meats. Take the short drive to Sugar Valley Meats, State Route 39 to Dutch Valley Drive. Turn right and go half a mile. Visit online at sugarvalleymeats.com. Proud supporters of the Garaway Pirates. 3:36 to play in the first half. It is 35-0. Northmor is going to get a first down. Somebody asked me, why is there no E at the end of Northmor? It's because it's Northern Morrow County. It's kind of, you put two words together, Northern and Morrow. There's no E in Morrow, so it's Northmor without an E.
Okay, I learned something today.
There you go. 35-0, Garaway over Northmor. Handoff up the middle. Campbell gets nothing. Lost a yard on the play.
Yeah, again, they're being conservative here, running the football to start that series. But with 3 minutes and 17 seconds now left in this quarter here, if they want to get anything on the board before halftime, they need to start moving.
They need some time to regroup is what they need. They're probably looking forward to halftime where they can collect their thoughts after turning the ball over 5 times and punting it for 16 yards the other time. This time there's a nice gain on the play, and it is a first down carry. Gain of about 14 on the play. That's Campbell. 1,000-yard rusher for Northmor, the Golden Knights.
Yeah, he takes the ball, goes right up the middle there, and huge hole.
The Golden Knights 33.
You got the defensive backs playing off a little bit. They're trying not to give up the big play.
And it doesn't seem like Garaway's given up too many big plays all season long.
No, they really haven't. They do a good job there on the back half. If it's not taken care of with the front lineman. Oh,
now a bad snap. Ball was on the ground. A.J. Bauer recovered it. Another disaster of a play for Northmor.
I haven't seen this team play too much this year, but I have to think of the record of 10-2 that they have not been making these kinds of mistakes all season long.
No, actually, Northmor has been incredible as forcing turnovers on the season. They've had 19 interceptions on their defensive side of the ball, so they've won the turnover battle all year. This time they're throwing him. This time they're going deep. He runs past, so he wasn't open when he threw it, but he ran past the defenders, and he looked like he had a step.
He did have a step on him there, and again, that ball's just overthrown. They've had 2 opportunities now with guys behind the Garaway defenders, just overthrown both times.
That's Jackson Wenger for Northmor.
22.
Third and 22, it was that bad snap that put them in this situation. A.J. Bauer is going to hand it off to Campbell, who puts his head down and gets tackled.
They're going to lose another 2 yards.
Pirates wanted the ball out of there. White Hirschberger on the tackle. We are down to a minute 34 in the first half. It's 35-0.
Wyatt Hirschberger, another one of those unsung heroes that you don't hear a lot of the nose guard called, but he has been starting on that defensive line at nose guard for the past 3 seasons now. And when you can get a nose guard that could beat up on a center every single play, then it's going to disrupt some of the linemen and some of the things that they can try and do. And while he doesn't get his name called a lot, that kid, he's very coachable. He'll do anything you ask of him. And when you have a kid like I said, like that can really beat up on the center, that center has to snap the ball first and then block the guy in front of him, and he's hard to block.
Garaway defense. Let's take this moment to thank another of tonight's scoreboard sponsors, T-County Boxing Academy. Area's #1 training center for those who are serious about boxing. There's a variety of classes for youth and adults, supplements for the best workouts possible. T-County Boxing Academy is on East High Avenue in New Philadelphia, and follow them on Facebook, T-County Boxing Academy.
Lined up in a tight punt this time.
This time Garaway doesn't put any pressure on him. And it's actually a nice kick. Tackled immediately, he falls forward.
Right about at midfield there.
Matthew Fry on the kick on the punt return.
Looks like we might have another player down. He's getting up.
Looks like he's right at the 50-yard line.
Well, you know how quickly this Garaway team can score. They got 1:26 seconds. Let's see if they take a shot.
They can start the first half with a running clock before they even kick the ball off. And they can make sure that running clock lasts for a while if they added another touchdown here before the end of the first half. They got 1:26 to do that. Pirates up 35-0 over the Golden Knights of Northmor. And they don't have any running backs back there with Brady Geibel. It looks like a pass play. Quickly gets it out to Dylan Sunland, who has space in front of him. He's got a first down. He's got 20. He's at the 20. He's at the 10. 5. Touchdown. Dylan Sunland, 50 yards on the catch and run from Brady Geibel. And it's 41-0 Pirates with 1:16 in the first half, with the extra point from Gio Colon on the way.
Well, we just said that they can score quick there, and it took only one play, throwing that bubble pass out to Dylan Sunland. We were talking about earlier how he could be dangerous on the outside, and he found a gap and sprinted 50 yards to the end zone.
Yeah, you talked about how strong he was. Talk about how fast he was, just blasting by everybody on the right side there.
Yeah, he's very quick. This kid, I mean, you can see in his cuts, quickness and speed, that combination, and the strength. He's a tough kid to stop. He's only got 226 yards receiving on the season. He just added 50 more there.
Anderson Colon to attempt the extra point.
So Gio Colon stays perfect in the postseason on extra points. It's 42-0. Thanks again to one of tonight's scoreboard sponsors, the Commercial and Savings Bank. With CSB, you gain more than convenient access to products and services. You're invited into a network of relationships that contribute to the well-being of our community. Learn more at csb1.com and visit locations in New Philadelphia, Sugar Creek, Bolivar, and Janadenhutton. 42-0 is the score with 1:16 to go here in the first half. Once we start the second half, the whistle blows, the clock runs even before the ball is kicked off when you're up by 30 points or more. And this is the third straight game for the Pirates where they'll have a running clock in the second half. Although in the first game they played, they didn't get a running clock until it was Kimball who returned the interception for a touchdown and gave them the 42-7 lead that would hold up.
Yeah, and then interestingly enough, last week the score at halftime against East Knox was 42-0, and that game ended up 49-7.
Anderson Colon to kick off for the Pirates. Hunter Falcon, Jackson Wagner deep to receive.
Well, we got a little break here. I want to give a shout out to my nephew watching this game down in Kansas, Braden Jarvis. I can't wait to see you at Thanksgiving, buddy.
The beauty of YouTube and WJER.com, you can watch us from anywhere in the country. And if you want to listen to us online, we're at 100.9 FM, 1450 AM. Gio Colon's kick bounces that time not into the end zone. And he's not going to get much on that return. He's out to the 14-yard line. Hunter Falk with the return. Another big-time player for Northmor, who the Pirates have just shut down. They have not allowed much in this game, and the big play receiver for Northmor was injured. That is Bo Landon. went out with an injury, has not returned into the game. He was catching all of the passes from quarterback A.J. Bauer earlier.
Yeah, you get in a situation like this where you make some mistakes and the other team makes you pay. It's hard to keep players motivated to say, let's go out and play our best. But this quite possibly is the last game they're playing this season, so they got to give it their all.
So Campbell gets the handoff. He's got some space. He makes a move at the 25. He's out to the 30. He's out to the 40. He's out to the 50. He crosses midfield, and he's down to the 45-yard line. That is the best play of the game so far for Northmor. I mean, it's kind of late after trailing 42-0, but it's nice to see somebody like Campbell still putting in the effort and the offensive line blocking like they did on that play.
Yeah, he started off to the left there, and once he got outside, he saw a bunch of Pirate defenders maybe over pursuing a little bit too much, cut it all the way back to the right sideline and got a really good gain out of that.
Now Northmor has crossed midfield before. Campbell takes the handoff again, patiently runs and finds a hole again, takes it to the outside. He's past the 30, he's down to the 25. So a gain of 20 yards on the play. Campbell with 2 big runs in a row.
2 plays on the ground here, and it looks like, they're just trying to get to halftime maybe with only 53 seconds left on the clock, but 2 huge plays in the running game.
Just noticed running back onto the field is Jackson Reifenschneider. He was not in the game. He was waving somebody out saying, let me get in there for a tackle for a loss and put a stop to this right now. All right, Campbell gets the handoff. He takes his time around the outside and gets a gain of about 7 yards.
Down to about 46 seconds left on the clock here as the clock stops as they go out of bounds. They're in shape here. They're in good shape to take an attempt here to get in the end zone before halftime.
So they've been here before, and it was a fumble. So we'll see if they can cut down on the mistakes. 5 turnovers so far, 4 interceptions and a fumble on the day. They had a bad snap that cost them some yardage and several tackles for a loss by Jackson Reifenschneider.
Got movement on the left side of the line there. Looks like false start on Northmor.
So back him up 5 yards. It'll be second down and 8. So 3 nice runs by Campbell, followed by a penalty. 3 positive plays and another negative plays. When you're down 42-0 and you've had the mistakes they've had, that can really set you back.
Yeah, again, they're in that same situation, and they haven't turned the ball over, but false start penalties really kill you when you start moving the football.
So A.J. Bauer is in it, quarterback. Looking downfield, throws it. There's a crowd there. Is it intercepted again? Oh my!
Yep, they're marking him down.
Another turnover, another interception. 5 of those on the day.
Lucas Schwarzentrooper with the pick on that one.
Lucas Schwarzentrooper getting into the books with an interception for the Pirates. 5 on the day.
He was staying behind the defender, making sure that he wasn't going to get past him in the end zone. That ball floated up in the air for a long time. He was able to undercut it, keep his feet in. I wasn't sure if they were going to call him in or not, but the official ran down, marked it right away. We got first down from the 3-yard line.
It's almost time for a run by Luis Wall in this game, up 42-0. Talented running back who comes in the second half on these games.
I got a feeling we're going to see a little bit of Luis in the second half.
Absolutely. Is this your diesel?
This is your diesel package. Triple I, they're just going to try to get away from that end zone.
So I don't think they gained anything on the play, but I think the goal here right now is just to get to halftime, as there's about 30 seconds left in the first half, and nobody's stopping the clock. Garaway is up 42-0.
Yeah, they're going to run this all the way down, go in the locker room at the half, 42-0, same as last weekend.
And when they come out of the half, the clock will be running 42-0. Garaway over Northmor at the half right now in this Division 6 Region 23 third round playoff game. Garaway up 42-0 over Northmor. We will be back with your halftime report here on your Sports Voice of the Valley.
Let Sugar Valley Meats help you get ready for the game with all your tailgate favorites. Their retail store features the freshest, locally raised beef, pork, and chicken. Enjoy freshly cured and smoked meats from the Sugar Valley Smokehouse, along with bologna, hot dogs, jerkies, and more. They can custom cut your order, and all meats are dressed on site, all with everyday low prices. Sugar Valley Meats, State Route 39 to Dutch Valley Drive, turn right and go a quarter of a mile, celebrating over 30 years of fresh, farm-raised local meats.
Attention local businesses. Are you looking to expand, invest, or start a new venture? This is Chris Delatorre at the Commercial and Savings Bank. We know that growing your business takes more than just hard work. It takes the right financial partner. At CSB, we offer a range of commercial lending solutions tailored to your unique needs. From equipment financing to expansion loans, our team of experts is ready to support your success. Call or text us at 800-654-9015 to discuss your business goals today. The Commercial and Savings Bank, empowering local businesses. Member FDIC.
Anyone can improve their balance, hand-eye coordination, discipline, footwork, endurance, and cardio with boxing classes at the T County Boxing Academy on East High Avenue in New Philadelphia. Stop in, call, or text to get the same animal and 5% nutrition sports supplements used by pro boxer Sugar Dre Donovan, featuring the all-new 5% pre-workout RTD known as Kill It. Follow the T County Boxing Academy on Facebook for training videos and product reviews. The T County Boxing Academy, where serious athletes train.
Let Sugar Valley Meats help you get ready for the game with all your tailgate favorites. Their retail store features the freshest, locally raised beef, pork, and chicken. Enjoy freshly cured and smoked meats from the Sugar Valley Smokehouse, along with bologna, hot dogs, jerkies, and more. They can custom cut your order, and all meats are dressed on site, all with everyday low prices. Sugar Valley Meats, State Route 39 to Dutch Valley Drive, turn right and go a quarter of a mile, celebrating over 30 years of fresh, farm-raised local meats.
Welcome back to Bulldog Stadium here at Heath High School. Scored halftime 42-0. Garaway over Northmor. This is a third round playoff game in Division 6. First two games so far for the Pirates, 45-7 and 49-7. This one is heading in that same direction. It's 42-0 at the halftime. Just like last week, story of the game so far is turnovers for Northmor. They've turned it over 6 times. 5 of those interceptions, 2 by Peyton Keller, 1 by Jensen Garber, 1 by Lucas Schwartzentruber, and then a spectacular interception returned for a touchdown by Jackson Reifenschneider. On the first possession of the game, Northmor threw a pick. Jensen Garber with the interception. They turned that into a touchdown, a short run by Jackson Reifenschneider. And then on their next several possessions, Northmor continued to turn it over. 5 interceptions, 1 fumble. That fumble was recovered by Jensen Garber. On their second possession, Northmor threw an interception right to Jackson Reifenschneider. He was rushing the passer, and somehow he came away with the ball, returned it for a touchdown. It was 14-0. Before you knew it was 42-0, and it was halftime here at Bulldog Stadium at Heath High School. So we are putting together our statistic report here at halftime. I'm Bill Hammerstrom for WJER Sports. I'm joined by Josh Jarvis.
Yeah, so far on the yards total for the teams, we have the Garaway Pirates were 260 total yards, 203 yards in the air by Brady Geibel, 58 on the ground. For Northmor, we're looking at 160 yards total, 104 yards in the air, 56 yards on the ground. Looks like they got about close to half of those 160 yards on that last drive where they came from the 15-yard line all the way down to the inside the red zone there, about the 18-yard line.
You can see how there's that one big run there by Campbell. They have 56 yards. That run itself was close to 50 yards. All the tackles for a loss kind of canceled out the short positive yards until they got that one run.
Yeah, they're only looking at it. It seems like they should have more than 56 yards based on that last series,
yeah.
But they've been tackled for loss so many times that's really cut down on those total yardage. I'm still waiting for Andrew Gordon there to send me the individual player stats, but that's your team stats so far here in the first half. Garaway up 42-0.
So 5 turnovers, 6 turnovers, 5 interceptions. Again, we said Peyton Keller had 2 of those, and Jackson Reifenschneider had 1 of those. Those guys aren't defensive backs.
No, they're not. They're not. But they have a nose for the ball. In watching film throughout the week, you can get a sense of things that they want to do, and there's some times where the coaches just say, hey, you see them in this formation, there's a chance they might do this and be looking for it. They're at least going to do it once or twice a game, and I got a feeling that that's what they were telling Jackson Rafer-Snyder, saying, hey, listen, you might have an opportunity here, and it could be a big one. And sure enough, it turned out that way. But if you're Northmore, that's the last thing you wanted to happen coming into this game is turn the ball over 6 times. It's difficult to overcome 3 turnovers. When you got 6 turnovers in the first half, it's almost impossible to come back from.
Jackson Reifensnyder has had just an incredible game with that. He had a touchdown on offense on a short run, but that interception happened before we could even see it, and then all the tackles for a loss that he's had so far in this game.
Yeah, like I said, he has a nose for the ball, and again, I have to reiterate that he did not play football the last 3 years, and not because he didn't want to. He wanted to. He, like I said earlier, he had some issues that he was dealing with, and he was around the team. But this giving him getting the opportunity, talking to his parents, the opportunity to be able to play football his senior year, that's the one thing he wanted to do, and boy, has he taken advantage of it this year. His name's been popping up all over the place, and tonight, no different. He's got 2 touchdowns, 1 on the ground, like you said, pick 6, and he's all over the place. When he was off the field, they started moving the football, and he's like, I got to get back on there. We can't have this.
And then it was Lucas Schwarzentrooper who had the interception, but he was on the field for that. Hey, let's take a second here to mention what the Northmor band is doing on the field. Tomorrow is Veterans Day. Many people observed it today. Office is closed, but they are providing a salute to the armed forces. Always an enjoyable performance, playing the theme songs for the several branches of the armed forces, and an excellent job out there by the Northmor marching band.
Yeah, I love this stuff. I had 2 grandparents that fought in the military. One was in World War II. He landed on Omaha Beach in Normandy, France, and then my other grandfather fought in the Korean War. So this is a huge weekend for us. We always celebrate and thank those people. My late brother who passed away, he was in the Army National Guard. This morning at New Philadelphia High School, we had a huge breakfast for our veterans. We had about 40 veterans come out, and their students, about 60 of their students that are connected to our school, and we put on a breakfast for them, and we thanked them for their service. We had a few kids give speeches, and veterans, I love this country. There's no better country than the United States of America, and the freedoms that we enjoy are because of those veterans that put everything on the line to make sure that we could that we can enjoy the freedoms that we have.
So maybe just a second to invite veterans to New Philadelphia on the Courthouse Square tomorrow, 11 a.m. It is their veterans ceremony that they have annually. The New Philadelphia band and singers will be there to perform. Afterwards, we'll have a bean soup luncheon at the VFW post in New Philadelphia. They'll dedicate a new memorial garden over there. And then on Sunday, I know that in Dover in the afternoon at 4th and Faith, which is on the corner of Worcester and 4th Street in Dover, there's going to be a special reception for veterans. There's going to be a lot of different service organizations there telling veterans what agencies are available to them, what help is available to them, employment opportunities, and if you're not a veteran, you can go there and thank veterans for their service there. That is in the afternoon open house format.
Yeah, Delphian Corral is going to be out there. I heard him sing this morning to the veterans. They do a tremendous job. Mrs. Peruka and that group, they do a great job with that Delphian Corral. And Mr. Furby with the band, they do a tremendous job.
So that's tomorrow, 11 a.m. on the Courthouse Square in New Philadelphia. It's their annual Veterans Day ceremony. We still have the Northmor band on the field doing their tribute to the military.
So I just got some individual stats here. I'm going to run through them real quick. Jensen Garber, 3 catches right now for 94 yards. Dylan Sunland, 2 catches for 64 yards. One of them a 50-yard touchdown. Dylan Sunland, 11 carries, 61 yards on the ground. And Peyton Keller and Jackson Riefenschneider leading the team in tackles right now, both tied with 5. I think Jackson might have had all 5 in the backfield.
Absolutely. All right, it's 42-0 here at halftime, 10:45 into it. Let's take a break. When we come back, we'll talk a little bit more about the first half, and we'll let you listen to the Garaway Pirates Marching Band here on your Sports Voice of the Valley.
Hey there, Garaway Pirate fans. For over 60 years, Hampshire Insurance has been a cornerstone of the Sugar Creek community, specializing in home, auto, life, commercial, and farm insurance. With their friendly and efficient service, you can rest easy knowing Hampshire Insurance is providing a path forward when the unthinkable happens. Give them a call at 330-852-4087. Hampshire Insurance, proud supporters of the Garaway Pirates and your trusted neighbors in Sugar Creek.
There are a lot of steps between conceiving, carrying, and cradling your baby. No matter what stage of motherhood you're in, our team at Cleveland Clinic Union Hospital will be there every step of the way. From your first visit to your first baby, we provide expert care right in the Tuscarawas Valley. Our team partners with each patient to create a custom birthing plan, ensuring the comfort and health of you and your baby. For every care in the world. To learn more or schedule an appointment, visit unionhospital.org/motherhood.
In the rolling hills of Holmes County, we tend to do things a bit differently. At Kime, we're in the business of uncommon experiences, and we're here to care for your project like we care for our own. We believe that quality matters and want to help you get it right the first time, because your project deserves it. So visit Kime Home Center, your source and destination for all things home, building, and woodworking. Kime, built on trust since 1911.
We are here at Heath High School at Bulldog Stadium. We are following the Garaway Pirates on their playoff journey. So how about we let you listen to the Garaway Pirates Band, the pride of the Pirates, here in the halftime performance at Heath High School as Garaway leads 42-0 in the football game.
Prepare for a sonic safari as the marching pirates take you on an adventure deep into the untamed wilderness. We're roaring into action with this Guns N' Roses hit, Welcome to the Jungle. Jungle, the mighty jungle, the king of the African savannah, holds court with a meerkat and a warthog by his side. You might know this 1961 hit by the Tokens from its appearance in Disney's The Lion King. This is The Lion Sleeps Tonight. own with his funky 1974 hit from Koolin' the Gang, featuring a dance choreographed by our senior. This is Jungle Boogie. Ladies and gentlemen, the Garaway Marching Pirates.
All right. Thank you to the Garaway Pirate Marching Band. 42-0 here at the half. We're about to get started in the second half here from Heath High School. On your sports voice of the Valley.
The First National Bank of Denison is proud to be your locally owned community bank. As a community bank, they're also proud to be a sponsor of today's game. Supporting local high school athletics is just one way the First National Bank gives back to the schools and communities that have helped make them successful. The First National Bank of Denison, proud to be your locally owned community bank. Visit them online at fnbdenison.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Wendy's new breakfast 2 for $3 Biggie Bundles let you create your own delicious combo. Choose from a sausage biscuit, egg and cheese biscuit, small seasoned potatoes, and a medium hot coffee. But it's obvious which combo's the best. Sausage biscuit and small seasoned potatoes. Well, maybe it's the fresh cracked egg and cheese biscuit with a medium hot coffee. Or 2 savory sausage biscuits. Whichever you pick, you can't go wrong. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's new 2 for $3 Biggie Bundles.
Limited time only. U.S. price and participation may vary. Not valid in a combo. Single item at regular price.
We are back with the Division 6 Region 23 third-round playoff matchup between the Garaway Pirates and the Northmor Golden Knights. 42-0 is the score at halftime, with the Pirates winning. Bill Hammerstrom for WJER Sports, joined by Josh Jarvis. One thing we haven't mentioned here at halftime is that if this holds up, they are going to advance farther in the tournament than Garaway has ever done before.
Yeah, we talked about it here before we got the broadcast kicked off, and I mean, it's been in all these players' minds because These kids that are seniors now and juniors, they've all been here before, and it's been, this game was marked on the calendar. I know they had a couple other games that they had to play before they got here, but they all believe that they can get here, and they all believe that they can get past this game. Not only that, but they got higher hopes for this season, and it looks like they might actually advance the furthest that Garaway School has ever advanced in the history of the football program.
Right now we're on what they would call the Sweet 16 in the NCAA tournament. Next round they'd be final 8 teams in the state of Ohio in Division 6.
Yeah, there's a lot of football teams in the state of Ohio. We were talking earlier about the seeds. They're letting 16 seeds in now. I heard an interview from Fairless football coach. They were down 15 or 16 seed, and somebody interviewed him and asked him. He said, you're going up against a big opponent. Number 1 seed. How you feel about that? And he related it to a lot of the other sports in the state of Ohio, basketball and baseball. They all make the tournament. So actually, if you just make the playoffs here and you're one of the top 16 in your region, that kind of equates in basketball and baseball, softball terms to making it to the districts. So there's been a lot of lopsided games here against the 1 and 16 and the 2 and the 15, but it's a huge accomplishment to make the playoffs. And Garaway was really set up here, getting the number 1 seed. Haven't had that opportunity the last few years, and it kind of really paved the way for them to be successful here in the tournament.
So it's halftime. Garaway's up 42-0 over Northmor. We were talking during the band performance that Brady Geibel, the quarterback, has had kind of a quiet, exceptional day. He's got 4 touchdowns.
He really has. I was kind of surprised when I looked at the stat sheet. He's over 200 yards. About 100 of those yards was 1 pass to Dylan Sunland and 1 pass to Jensen Garber. So he has 2 touchdowns in the air. He's got 2 touchdowns on the ground. They've been 3 different series and just having to punch it in. So it has been kind of a quiet game for him, but a quiet 4 touchdown, 200-yard half. I mean, that's pretty impressive.
And then Jackson Reifenschneider also had a big first half. He scored their first touchdown on the ground on a 1-yard run, and he scored their second touchdown on what you said was a backbreaker of an interception return. And here the Garaway Pirates get to start the second half with the football, leading 42-0.
Yeah, as you mentioned before, as soon as this halftime clock ticks down and that official blows that whistle, they are going to start the clock here. And it will be a running clock from here on out as long as Garaway keeps that 30-point lead.
Everybody looking at the clock. There we go. 12 minutes.
Caleb Jr. to kick off for the Golden Knights.
I don't know if the clock operator knows, but it hasn't started yet. But at the whistle is when it started last week. All right, there's the kickoff. First of the day for Northmor.
Oh, looks like they got a wall set up on the outside if you can get the edge.
He pushes his way forward to the 20-yard line, but that's where he'll be stopped.
Kickoff return by Dylan.
Well, we're starting location for the Pirates all night here, starting on the 20-yard line. Let's see what they do with this first possession.
Gotten the ball on 6 turnovers and a 16-yard punt so far. Kickoff is a bit unusual for them so far in this game.
Yeah, they've usually been starting in Northmor territory.
So let's see who we have in the backfield lining up here.
Steubenville 28, Indian Valley 13.
I see Jalen Jimenez out there. So they're starting with some of the
Yep, they got a lot of young
string
guys out there to start the game. Up 42-0. You certainly want to protect that lead, but you also don't want to put some of these starters in a situation where they may get injured.
Gain of about 4 on the carry. Lewis Wall, you said we'd see a lot of him in the second half here.
There it is. As soon as he got the handoff there, I heard some of the people in the stands going, "Go Luis, go Luis."
Second down and 6.
We're going to see a pretty steady diet of Luis Wall here, I think, in the second half.
So it's second down and 6. They are going to take their time. There's still 20 seconds on the play clock. They're going to let that thing run down at least inside of 10.
Yeah, you're going to see a much different pace here in the second half.
inside of 5 that time. Luis Wall with the carry. This time he breaks some tackles and he gets ahead for a gain of about 5.
Looks like it's going to be set up for 3rd and short here. A lot of times in this situation, you're telling your quarterback to look at that back judge. Wait till he raises his hand. Once he raises his hand, then you can start your cadence to snap the football. Oh, no, they gave him the first down. Looks like they're going to mark it 1st and 10 here at the 30-yard line.
Nice fight there for some yardage by Luis.
Oh, now they're moving it back. Looks like they may not. Maybe it is 3rd and short.
Well, they didn't get their steps in yet on the chain gang, so they're moving them back and forth a little bit. They want to get probably to 15,000 by the end of the day.
Well, yeah, Garaway's been scoring from way outside, so they don't really have to reset the chains too much when you're getting 50, 60-yard touchdowns.
3rd down and 1.
Again, that play clock down to 10.
Got it with 5 seconds left. He's going to fall forward. Does he get the first down?
Yep, they're signaling. Move the chains.
Jalen Jimenez that time. They don't skip leg day at Garaway, do they?
What's that?
They don't skip leg day at Garaway, do they?
No, they do not skip leg day at Garaway. As a matter of fact, Garaway has just built this incredible new weight room facility. It's not quite outfitted yet. Jason Wallach gave me a tour of it about a week ago. It's going to be a great place, and you're going to see these kids getting even stronger now after they finish up that weight room facility.
So 1st and 10. We're already down to 8:42 here in the 3rd quarter, and they're letting that play clock run inside of 5. He's looking for the corner. Can't quite turn it, but gets about 3 yards on the carry.
Yeah, Luis almost got the edge there. Just needed to outrun another guy. But again, spinning, moving forward, getting as much as he possibly can out of these runs.
So it looks like Christian Raber's in at quarterback for the Pirates. Not sure if he's going to throw the ball, but he's getting some time in the backfield.
Yeah, like I said, I think you're going to see a steady diet of Luis Wall here and running the football as this game progresses. Luis Wall coming into this game with over 176, or right at 176 yards rushing and 3 touchdowns in the season.
I was looking at that. If you look at his statistics for the season, it looks like a really good game. I mean, he's averaging like 6 yards a carry. 3 yards on that play.
Yeah, you usually see him get those 2-3 yard runs, and then he'll break one for about 30 to 40 yards to even out that average. But as I'm looking at stats here, it looks like he is right at 6.5 yards per carry.
So 3rd down and a long 4.
You mentioned Christian Raber here earlier. So far, he has 1 attempt and 1 completion on the season for 6 yards. So I got a feeling that they're going to keep the ball on the ground quite a bit.
Well, he looks ready to throw. He's going to hand the ball off, slips a tackle in the backfield, turns the corner. He's right there at the line to gain.
Tackle made by Garabrandt.
That's going to be
like
close.
There's
Yep, they're moving the chains.
Now they switched it to 4. 4th down.
Side saying, yeah, move the change. The official on the other side was saying, hold on a minute.
I saw he made a little motion there for the 1st down. Right now the score is 42-0 Garaway over Northmor. Let's thank one of our scoreboard sponsors. Let's start with Kime. As they do get the 1st down, Kime in Charm, Ohio, the destination and trusted source for your home building and woodworking needs. Visit Charm today or online at kimelumber.com.
Yeah, that was kind of interesting there. They first had moved the chains, then they said don't, we're going to measure it, and then they decided, well, we're not going to run them out there to measure it, we're going to give them the 1st down.
A power struggle among the officials. There's some movement there, but I think they're just letting it go to let this game play out.
Yeah, we mentioned Braden Raber earlier, and he only has one pass, one completion on the season. But I remember watching this kid throw the football in practice, and he throws a really good ball. He's had a few guys in front of him that haven't given him, the opportunity, but he's still got some time. He's a young kid, and he's going to get his opportunities.
So 2nd down and 7. We're already 5.5 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter. This time, Luis falls ahead for a gain of about 5 yards.
Yeah, a little counter action there. And the one back cut in front, and give Luis roll the ball again. And you see him again. When he makes contact, he rarely is standing still. He's spinning out and gaining an extra yard or two every single time.
3rd down and 2. Hard to get playing time when in the first reps when you're behind Dylan Sunland and the way your offense scores.
Yeah. Again, Dylan Sunland, one heck of a football player, and he's only a junior, so he's coming back.
This time it is a tackle for a loss by Northmor as we are down to 4:25 to go in the 3rd quarter. 42-0 still, Garaway over Northmor. Thanks to one of tonight's scoreboard sponsors, Cleveland Clinic Union Hospital. Quality care close to home. Visit clevelandclinic.org and click on locations to learn more about Cleveland Clinic Union Hospital. Got to get these spots in here as we're not going to have a whole lot of time here in this second half.
That clock keeps ticking down fast. When you get to a running clock, usually that second half goes pretty quickly. Looks like we're going to get to see the punt team for the first time run out here for Garaway.
Jace Wallach in punt formation.
Jace Wallach back to punt, and again, they're still taking their time. They're all the way down to 3 seconds on the play clock.
Jace Wallach, a defensive standout last week. Other players have stepped up this week. Are they going to give him the delay a game?
Yep, delay a game. A little practice kick in there by Jace.
Delay of game against Garaway.
They almost got it off. It was close, but play clock ran out.
You know,
official threw the flag.
Clock is running. A delay of game call does not stop the clock.
Only.
Could you just continuously just not do anything and the clock runs out? Just delay a game, delay a game?
So, yeah, they do have a rule in that says unsportsmanlike conduct at that point if you keep having those types of plays. But again, as a coach, you're not going to be upset on a delay of game if the clock's going to continue to run like that.
That punt goes out of bounds.
Yeah, Jace had a much better punt on the one that was called on the delay of game there.
He does not look happy about it, but it's 42-0. Garaway's up, 3:03 to play in the 3rd quarter. We'll be right back on your sports voice of the Valley.
Where they'll take over 1st and 10.
Subway is upping their game with the All-Star Subway Series menu.
Like number 16, the All-Pro Sweet Onion Teriyaki, a new twist on an old favorite.
Or number 18, the new Ultimate BMT with salami, pepperoni, and Black Forest ham, topped off with extra provolone.
And all of the new Subway Series subs are piled with cheese and fresh, tasty toppings.
I can't wait to try them all.
It's the Subway Series menu, Subway's tastiest menu yet.
We are back in Heath as Garaway is up 42-0 over Northmor. Northmor's throwing the ball, but there is a flag on the play. False start. They're going to back him up already.
Yep, more of what we saw in the first half there. Just hurting themselves. Now they're going to start their 1st and 15 to start this drive.
Only a couple more plays left in this half as we're getting close to 2 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. I said half, I meant quarter. So Northmor sticking with A.J. Bauer at quarterback. He throws it and completes the pass. Close to the 1st down marker. It'll be a yard short, gain of 14 on the play.
A.J. Bauer's pass to Jackson Wigner is complete.
Looks like Garaway's made a bunch of changes on defense as well. We got some younger guys in there. But when you can get younger guys into the Sweet 16 round game, they get experience that they can't get anywhere else. And this will be valuable to these kids moving forward.
They are playing the first team, and they're playing some good players. That's Campbell with the carry. He's going to get 5. And he's going to get close to 10 yards.
Campbell on the run.
So these second and third teamers for Garaway are playing against the first team for Northmor. And Northmor, I mean, they turned the ball over 6 times in the first half. You're going to fall behind a lot. They have some talent out there. A.J. Bauer is first team in his conference. So is the running back Campbell, and so are both of the wide receivers. Of course, Bo Landis is out for the game after getting hurt. Campbell gets the carry again. He's got a wide open hole to run through. Gains about 13 on the play. When is Jackson Reifenschneider going to round out of the field again?
Yeah, I don't think we're going to see Jackson Reifenschneider out there on the field again. But if you're on Northmor sidelines, you're thinking this is some of these guys' very last opportunity to play this game, and they're going to give them a little bit more time as we're ticking down under a minute right now left in the third quarter.
So A.J. Bauer hands it to Campbell again. This time they hit him in the backfield. He keeps his footing, falls ahead for a gain of 3.
Yeah, it looked like they made contact right about the line of scrimmage there, but just didn't wrap up. He was able to keep his feet, keep his balance, and gain about 3 yards out of that.
So Campbell and the Golden Knights are in a 42-0 hole, and this is probably the last play of the third quarter. Movement, which will end the third quarter as the clock will run out on the penalty.
Offside against Garaway.
Yeah, it looks like they went with a long count there and drew about 2 guys off for the Pirates.
And at 42-0, let's thank Wendy's again, our scoreboard sponsor. Local Wendy's restaurant. Stop at any of your local Wendy's following the game. Wendy's, where the recipe is quality. We'll be right back. Score 42-0. Garaway over Northmor in this third-round playoff game here on your sports voice of the Valley.
Attention local businesses. Are you looking to expand, invest, or start a new venture? This is Chris Delatorre at the Commercial and Savings Bank. We know that growing your business takes more than just hard work. It takes the right financial partner. At CSB, we offer a range of commercial lending solutions tailored to your unique needs. From equipment financing to expansion loans, our team of experts is ready to support your success. Call or text us at 800-654-9015 to discuss your business goals today. The Commercial and Savings Bank, empowering local businesses. Member FDIC.
We are in Heath, Ohio. It's 42-0. Garaway over Northmor. The clock will start running. We are just starting the fourth quarter, just running clock as the score is 42-0. Anything over 30 points is a running clock in the second half. Inevitable that this game is going in Garaway's favor. Bill Hammerstrom here for WJER Sports with Josh Jarvis and A.J. Bauer at quarterback for Northmor. He's looking to throw. He sends it to the end zone. His receiver gets open and scores a touchdown.
Wide open wide receiver there. He rolled out to his left side, and they were running a post on the backside there. Had a few steps on the defensive back and was able to easily connect there for a touchdown.
Jackson Wenger with the touchdown catch for Northmor. Again, Northmor has talented players. Their quarterback, their receivers, their running back, they are good.
Yeah, they're a good football team. They've got a good group of guys. And again, if you're a coach on Northmor's sideline, you're thinking, man, if we just could have not shot ourselves in the foot so much, we might have an opportunity in this game. But Garaway put the pressure on them early and often and forced a lot of turnovers.
Extra point is good. It's 42-7. 11:04 to play in the fourth quarter.
Garaway 42, Northmor 7.
And we'll be back on your sports voice of the Valley.
Let Sugar Valley Meats help you get ready for the game with all your tailgate favorites. Their retail store features the freshest, locally raised beef, pork, and chicken. Enjoy freshly cured and smoked meats from the Sugar Valley Smokehouse, along with bologna, hot dogs, jerkies, and more. They can custom cut your order, and all meats are dressed on site, all with everyday low prices. Sugar Valley Meats, State Route 39 to Dutch Valley Drive, turn right and go a quarter of a mile, celebrating over 30 years of fresh, farm-raised, local meats.
We are back. It is 42-7. Northmor just scored for the first time thanks to one of tonight's scoreboard sponsors, Hampshire Insurance, proud supporters of the Garaway Pirates and your trusted neighbors in Sugar Creek for over 60 years. Hampshire Insurance has been a cornerstone of the Sugar Creek community, specializing in home, auto, life, commercial, and farm insurance. Contact them today at 330-852-4087.
Yeah, as I look down at the Garaway sideline, I see all the coaching staff with their headsets off. That's usually a good sign to start the fourth quarter.
Garaway easily catches and recovers. Wyatt Reifenschneider.
Yes, younger brother. There's another one coming.
He goes down to Pirates.
He's only a freshman, 5'10", 150 pounds. But he can play half as well as his brother. We'll be calling that name out in the next few years.
So they get 1st and 10 from the 38. Clock is running, 10:23 to play. And it's the second team in. Luis Wallace, who we're expecting to get a lot of the carries here.
Fans, at this time, all hot food in the concession stand is half price. Again, fans, all hot food in the concession stand is half price at this time.
So they announced here that hot food is half off at the concession stand.
They know they're getting down towards the end of the season here, and all the stuff they got left over, they do not want to hold on to.
I tell you what, here throughout the season here at WJER, when we go on the road, we try out the concession stand, and this was no exception. I tried out the concession stand. Here at Heath High School, they were grilling bratwurst, they were grilling burgers and cheeseburgers and hot dogs. So they had the grill fired up outside, and they had some noodles and chicken. Now, it's not chicken noodle soup. It's some noodles and chicken in broth, but it's not out of a can.
Okay.
So they made some noodles, they made some chicken, and got me going here.
That's something unique. That's something you don't see everywhere. What did you end up getting?
I got the noodles and chicken and bratwurst.
And the bratwurst, okay.
Now it's no homemade pie like we get at Garaway. Luis Wall gets a couple yards on the carry. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 13.
Garrett Harvey in on that tackle for Northmor.
A little extracurricular action there after that. A few players looking to get a flag, but the official says nope.
42-7, thanks to one of tonight's scoreboard sponsors, T-County Boxing Academy. They're the area's #1 training center for those who are serious about boxing. They offer a variety of classes for youth and adults, along with supplements for the best workout possible. The T-County Boxing Academy is located on East High Avenue in New Philadelphia. Follow them on Facebook. One of their boxers is Sugar Dre Donovan. He has a fight in January. Looking for sponsors, you can find him on Facebook too. This time he finds a hole, fights ahead, and I think he's going to get a 1st down.
Well, that's the original line of scrimmage.
Well, some of that extracurricular is continuing. Helmet is off on the field.
And looks like we're going to have an unsportsmanlike penalty on Northmor.
There's another penalty. Somebody talking to the ref now. I mean, Northmor is in a tough situation. They are down 42-7 in the playoffs after 2 wins. But you got to keep your head.
Yep. Frustrations are starting to boil over here. They see with 7 minutes and 56 seconds left that their season is going to be coming to an end here very soon, and you got to keep your cool.
So what is this win going to mean for Jason Wallach to get this team finally over this hump past the regional semifinal round into the Elite 8 in the state?
Well, I couldn't be more happy for him. Like I said earlier, we sat in the coach's office after last year when we lost in this game, and we really thought we had a good shot against Perry. But again, the turnover bug hit us. We had 4 interceptions in that game last year, and we just couldn't overcome it. We sit down in the coach's office, and Jason's like, what do we got to do? What do we got to do? How do we break through this game? And as I mentioned before, this is going to be our goal. We've been here now before, okay? We need to break through that ceiling, and they've been talking about it all year long. And I know he's going to be grinning from ear to ear tonight the whole way home on the bus. And the opportunity to be able to break down film Saturday morning when you know there's only 8 teams left in the entire state of Ohio, that's a pretty special feeling.
That is going to be a great bus ride. This is probably one of those that you don't mind that you're driving an hour and a half back.
No, last time we played, I'm trying to think of the stadium that Solon. We played up at Solon last year. That's what it was. And yeah, that bus ride home was not was not the greatest. It was a horrible night. It was raining all night. It was cold, and turnover bug bit the Pirates, and we had to ride all the way home from Solon. But this bus ride tonight is going to be quite a bit different.
Your family going to let you hitch a ride on the bus? You got to go home with the
I'm
fam.
I'm going to go home with the family. I got my wife and daughter here. Should probably give a shout out to my other daughter that's watching at home, Harper. I'll see you when I get home. And my two boys, I got twin boys, Maverick and Griffin. I'll see you boys when I get home too.
You have a son, Griffin?
I do.
I have a son, Griffin.
Do you?
Absolutely.
Great name. Great name. Yeah, I got twins that are 3 years old. They get excited about football. Anytime it's on the television, they're pointing at it, yelling, "Football, Dad!"
So 42-7 here. We are down to 6 minutes and 49 seconds in this football game. Looking up some scores, Indian Valley losing to Steubenville 35-13. So I think Indian Valley, their IVC South team, still alive in the playoffs, is going to lose. But that's
yeah, I went down. New Philadelphia played Steubenville this year, second week of the season, and they are a talented group. They're a really, really good football team. And it's unfortunate. Coach Lancaster out of Indian Valley, great coach. He's got a great staff, and he's always usually here. I think he was even in the Elite Eight last year, so they do a tremendous job over there. And that's a game that Garaway circles every year. It's Indian Valley is a team, is a force to be reckoned with. Ridgewood, Sandy Valley, those teams, those are the teams in the IVC that you really look at and you say, okay, we got to be on our A game. In the last few years, they have been.
So you want to know who Garaway is going to be playing next, as there's 5 minutes and 45 seconds to play here, 42-7. The game that's being played is Fort Fry and West Jefferson. West Jefferson, the 2 seed. They are leading 42-30 in the fourth quarter over Fort Fry.
Oh boy. Bad snap over the head. Christian Raber running around.
So they get him on intentional grounding because it doesn't go past the line of scrimmage,
yes.
right? I mean, he's out of the tackle box, but he didn't quite get it.
Yeah, he's out of the tackle box. That's a new rule for high school over the past couple years. But you do have to get that football to the line of scrimmage. And I think he was about 10 yards shy of the line of scrimmage because he was getting hit as he threw the football.
Yep, 42-7. So I think that's not going to spoil the bus ride.
No, I think they'll overcome that. They'll be okay with that.
Fourth down and 30.
So again, Garaway is going to advance here into a regional final, the Elite Eight in Division 6, likely to play West Jefferson, the 2 seed in their bracket. They are ahead of Fort Fry, 42-30 in the fourth quarter of that game.
Delay game against the Pirates.
Trying to see how much time is left there.
Yeah, 72 points total put up in that game. Whoever Garaway ends up playing, if either one of those teams give up a lot of points, Garaway's defense is pretty stout, and if they can find a way to stop an offense, they'll have a good chance next week too.
So Garaway getting set for the punt as there's less than 4 minutes to play here in this game. Angles it to the sidelines, and it bounces out of bounds. Whistles blow, and the clock is stopped. 42-7. We'll be right back here on your sports voice of the Valley.
In the rolling hills of Holmes County, we tend to do things a bit differently. At Kime, we're in the business of uncommon experiences, and we're here to care for your project like we care for our own. We believe that quality matters and want to help you get it right the first time, because your project deserves it. So visit Kime Home Center, your source and destination for all things home, building, and woodworking. Kime, built on trust since 1911.
All right, we are back in Heath. It's 42-7. Garaway over Northmor. The clock is running again as the Northmor offense takes the field. A.J. Bauer is going to throw it, and he's going to get sacked on the play. Second team in there, and they pressure the quarterback just like the first team does.
Bauer sacked by Michael Sitzler.
Michael Sitzler gets a reaction from the crowd.
He seemed to come out of nowhere there. The quarterback looked like he had some pretty good protection, and then Sitzler just comes shooting right through the middle there and takes him down quickly.
2nd and 19 on the play. Campbell gets the handoff. This time he finds the hole. And he gets taken down after a nice gain of about 11 yards on the play.
Yeah, it looked like they had him bottled up there, but he's able to kind of sneak around and find some lanes to run through as he gets just to pass the original line of scrimmage here. It'll be 3rd and long.
He's putting up some yards now. He's going to be losing this game, but he's putting up some respectable numbers here late. 42-7 is the score. 2:40 to play here. That time, not much of a gain. Hey, let's thank one of tonight's scoreboard sponsors, the Commercial and Savings Bank. With CSB, you gain more than convenient access to products and services. You're invited into a network of relationships that contribute to the well-being of our community. Learn more at csb1.com and visit locations in New Philadelphia, Sugar Creek, Bolivar, and Aidan Hutton. Josh, I think one thing that Garaway is going to focus on probably after this game is this is maybe not the Gatorade moment. When you win 3 games like this in the playoffs by this big of a margin, your goal isn't the Elite Eight anymore.
Yeah, they're pushing to go as far as they possibly can, and the Gatorade baskets, they're fun and all, but they'd be a lot sweeter if it was at the Week 16 up there in Canton Stadium up there at the Hall of Fame. Excuse me, I couldn't think for a second.
Hey, I've been there. It's cold out here. Throws it deep across the middle, and it is complete. Breaks a tackle, breaks another tackle. Garaway tries to run him out on the sidelines, and he goes down after crossing the field. Jackson Wigner from A.J. Bauer on that completion. Big gain of close to 30 yards.
Yeah, a little crossing route there from right to left, and he catches the ball right over the middle, makes a few guys miss, and gets up the left sideline for a really good gain.
So Garaway wants to be playing after Thanksgiving.
Yes, that was always the goal. The goal was to be playing after Thanksgiving. I always had a trip set up to go somewhere with my family for Thanksgiving. I had to tell them, hey, I might not be able to make it if we're still playing.
Flag on the play.
Flag, gain of about 26 yards on the play, but there is a flag in the area that might be holding, and it is. Which I don't think was influencing the play there.
No, he was well beyond that block. If there was a hold, I didn't see it right away, but he was well beyond that. And I don't know that assisted the runner in any way, but hey, hold's a hold. It's going to come back.
So we're down to less than 40 seconds. You turn your head and you're down to less than 40 seconds in the game. It's 42-7, 37.5 to go in this contest. Garaway about to advance into a regional final game. There we go. So I was listening to the grammar and I believe that, because usually I believe that we will win.
Yes.
We have won.
This time we have won. I believe that we have won, and with 35 seconds as the clock is ticking, I believe so too.
So Campbell running it out to the 40-yard line. Garaway takes him down to about the 36. We're down to 20 seconds to play in the game. We will see if that's the end of the game. If Northmor wants to run another play.
Doesn't look like they're interested in running another play.
They spotted the ball, but no, I don't think the quarterback is interested in receiving the snap. So the Garaway Pirates are going to win this regional semifinal contest 42-7 over the Northmor Golden Knights. Jason Wallach leads his team, gets the monkey off of his back of the 3rd round of the playoffs here, regional semifinal, and they are into the regional final. Elite Eight, what does this mean for the Garaway Pirates community and this football team and their coach?
Well, I mean, they had an escort the last few years out of Sugar Creek, and I remember Jason saying, we got to stop doing this escort because every time we have this escort out of town, we end up losing. I'm not sure if there's an escort. I was looking around town before I left it. I didn't see it. I'm anxious to ask him if they actually had one coming out. But Jason Wallach has been here. This is like his 22nd, 23rd season here at Garaway, and he has built this program. As you see the guys shaking hands as they're walking across the field, there's like 65, 66 football players in this program. When I played back in the 90s, we were looking at like 35. So he has built this program, and he has worked his tail off to get him to this point, and finally, he can finally go home tonight on the bus and say, we got through it. But that celebration is going to be short-lived because tomorrow morning he's going to say, we got to get to the top 4.
All right, what are we doing here, Josh? We're circling up.
These are your Pirate Jacks. After a win, the Pirates spell out the word Pirates as they're doing jumping jacks, and the circle's big when you win a game. It's real tight and real small when you lose a game. So I see the big circle out there, and they're all excited about it. They got the seniors calling it out in the middle, and they'll do their Pirate Jacks. That's how they end every single game.
All right, I'm Bill Hammerstrom. I'm with Josh Jarvis. It is 42-7, the final score here as Garaway beats Northmor in this regional semifinal playoff contest, the third round of the playoffs this year, Division 6, Region 25. Now, I tell you what, Josh, they look excited out there, but they're not overly excited. Looks like a team that has more to prove.
No, they're excited. They knew the stakes tonight. They knew that if they could actually get through this game with a win, then they were going to be the team that has finally broken through and made it further than any other team in the entire history of Garaway football. But I know these coaches, and I know that they're going to say, okay, we did it, but we're not done. We're not done. We got more work to do. And there's a lot of experience on that coaching staff. Jason, as I said before, probably close to 30 years total. His brother Chad, 30 years total. Cedric Gerber, Preston Elmore, they've been around with the program 15, 18 years. The combined years on that staff is amazing in how many years they've coached football. So they've seen a lot of games. They've lost a lot of games, and they played a lot of good opponents. So they've seen just about anything that anybody can throw at them, and they're going to be excited tonight, but preparing first thing in the morning for this Elite 8 game.
Well, now they're doing some dancing down there.
Oh, yeah.
Garaway Pirates dancing with their fans as they celebrate a 42-7 victory over Northmor. We've covered it here on WJER, your sports voice of the Valley, and we will be back to wrap up this game. Again, 42-7, Garaway over Northmor. They advance to the Elite 8 in the playoffs. I'm Bill Hammerstrom on your voice of the Valley.
There are a lot of steps between conceiving, carrying, and cradling your baby. No matter what stage of motherhood you're in, our team at Cleveland Clinic Union Hospital will be there every step of the way. From your first visit to your first baby, we provide expert care right in the Tuscarawas Valley. Our team partners with each patient to create a custom birthing plan, ensuring the comfort and health of you and your baby for every care in the world. To learn more or schedule an appointment, visit unionhospital.org/motherhood.
The First National Bank of Denison is proud to be your locally owned community bank. As a community bank, they're also proud to be a sponsor of today's game. Supporting local high school athletics is just one way the First National Bank gives back to the schools and communities that have helped make them successful. The First National Bank of Denison, proud to be your locally owned community bank.
Wendy's new breakfast 2 for $3 Biggie Bundles let you create your own delicious combo. Choose from a sausage biscuit, egg and cheese biscuit, small seasoned potatoes, and a medium hot coffee. But it's obvious which combo's the best. Sausage biscuit and small seasoned potatoes. Well, maybe it's the fresh cracked egg and cheese biscuit with a medium hot coffee. Or 2 savory sausage biscuits. Whichever you pick, you can't go wrong. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's new 2 for $3 Biggie Bundles.
Limited time only. U.S. price and participation may vary. Not valid in a combo. Single item at regular price.
Hey there, Garaway Pirate fans. For over 60 years, Hampshire Insurance has been a cornerstone of the Sugar Creek community, specializing in home, auto, life, commercial, and farm insurance. With their friendly and efficient service, you can rest easy knowing Hampshire Insurance is providing a path forward when the unthinkable happens. Give them a call at 330-852-4087. Hampshire Insurance, proud supporters of the Garaway Pirates and your trusted neighbors in Sugar Creek.
We are back in Heath, Ohio, Bulldog Stadium, Swank Field, the Swank the site of the Garaway Pirates' 42-7 regional semifinal victory over the Northmor Golden Knights. I'm Bill Hammerstrom. I'm here with Josh Jarvis. Josh, they were the favored team, the higher seed, but it's quite a lopsided win for this late in the playoffs thanks to all of those turnovers on defense.
Yeah, as I said before, the coaches felt like they had a good game plan and they thought they had a really good chance this week. I don't know that anybody expected it to go like this, but when you turn the ball over that many times, you're not going to win football games. And Garaway took advantage of it. Garaway made little to no mistakes throughout the football game. They played probably one of their best games of the season. Northmor played quite possibly one of their worst games of the season. And you end up with the same scores you had last week, 42-7.
3 games so far in the playoffs. The scores are 42-7, 49-7, and 45-7.
Yeah, we mentioned before the broadcast that the Garaway Pirates had won 12 games total, and 8 of them were running clock. Now they've won 13 games, and 9 of them have been running clock. So a lot of lopsided wins this season so far. They had one tight contest against Sandy Valley. It was a 14-10 win. So they played in that tight game before, but they're eventually going to get in a situation where they're playing these teams down the road where it's going to be tight, and they're going to have to come up with some ways to win the football games. And I think they're up to that test, but they haven't seen it yet.
That next test is likely to be West Jefferson, a team that they traded number 1 ranking with as far as the computer rankings were going during the season. West Jefferson up 49-30 with about 5 minutes to play in their game against Fort Fry on the other side of this bracket in Division 6, Region 23. So that looks like it's going to be the matchup, Garaway Pirates and West Jefferson.
Yeah, I remember last spring whenever the divisions came out, you always, all the football coaches are looking, where are we going to be, because now they're changing every year. And Jason sends out a text to all the coaches last year and says, we're in 6. And now everybody's frantically scrambling and finding who is it that we could possibly face down the road. And that West Jefferson team was the team that we looked at and said that could very possibly be a matchup that we're going to see late in the playoffs, and it looks like that's what's going to happen. They were back and forth between 1 seeds. They end up as 1 and 2, and even though we start with 16, we're all the way down now, and you're going to see the 1 versus the 2, so it should be a pretty good matchup.
So let's talk about some of our standout players for the game. Most of them in the first half. I mean, we're impressed with Luis Wall in the second half, but the game was over by the time he went in. So we want to talk about the quarterback, Brady Geibel. He had what we said 4 quiet touchdowns, 2 rushing from the 1-yard line, and 2 big pass plays to his 2 big play guys.
Yeah, he had 203 yards on the night. And like I said, with those 2 pass plays, he had about half of that just in those 2 passing plays. And then two scores on the ground. So Brady Geibel had an incredible night tonight. I mean, we say he had a night, but he had an incredible half.
Yeah.
if we're being honest there. And that's a great half for any football player to have. You also had Dylan Sunland with 61 rushing yards on 11 carries in that first half. Jensen Garber had 3 catches for 94 yards in that first half, and Dylan had 2 catches for 64 yards, one of those going 50 yards for a touchdown. You had Peyton Keller and Jackson Riefenschneider, again, with 5 tackles in just that first half alone. And as we mentioned, I think Jackson had those 5 tackles for a loss, including a pick 6 return for a touchdown.
Mm-hmm. And Peyton Keller had the 2 interceptions.
Yeah, it's hard to keep track of all these guys that had interceptions. Peyton Keller had 2 interceptions.
Jensen Garber had a pick and a fumble recovery.
Yep, he had a pick and a fumble recovery, and there was one more.
Who's our other interception?
Yeah.
I know I wrote it down, but I have all these papers in front of me.
I'm trying to remember. There were so many of them.
He was at the top of the list there. Well, anyway, we're talking about all these players because we want to name our Subway player of the game. WJER and your local Subway restaurants congratulate our Subway player of the game. And today we are going to go with a defensive standout who also scored the first 2 touchdowns of the game. Josh, who is it?
It's Jackson Riefenschneider. He did a tremendous job tonight. I mean, when you get into a playoff game like this and you want to start fast, they got the first pick, drove down. Jackson Riefenschneider was in the backfield, and he punched it in from 1 or 2 yards out, and then turned around right away. Jackson Riefenschneider gets a pick that I didn't even see. I'm going to have to watch the live stream back a little bit so I could see that pick, because I was watching here on the sideline to see if the receiver was going to catch it. He was only a couple yards away, and there was nobody in front of him when he picked that ball off and ran about 30 to 40 yards for a touchdown. So you always want to start quick, and Jackson Riefenschneider made sure they started quick tonight and put them up 14 to nothing real early in this football game. And
it ended up being 42-7. Lucas Schwartzentruber.
Yes.
Had the other interception.
It was Lucas Schwartzentruber. Sorry, Lucas. We had so many of those tonight, I couldn't keep them all straight.
Again, 42-7. Turnovers, the big story of the game. 6 of them in the first half. 5 of those interceptions. 42-7. Garaway over Northmor. They advance to likely face West Jefferson in the round of 8 in Division 6. Again, thank you so much to Claxon Communications for bringing us this live stream here at WJER.com and on our YouTube channel. Josh, thank you so much for being here.
Hey, listen, I really appreciate you guys asking me to be here. This is a lot of fun. I've had a lot of time invested in this community and in this football team as well, and I couldn't be more thrilled. I'm excited now that they've made it past this round. So I just appreciate you giving me the opportunity to sit with you tonight and talk some Garaway football.
It's been great. Great insight. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, this is WJER, your sports voice of the Valley. Again, Garaway advances to the round of 8 in Division 6, 42-7 the final score. The Pirates over the Northmor Golden Knights. I'm Bill Hammerstrom reporting for the WJER Sports Department. Thank you for listening, and you can watch the replay at WJER.com/videos or on our YouTube channel for WJER, the sports voice of the Valley.
The Eat Fresh refresh just won't stop. Now Subway is refreshing their catering with easy order platters and box meals perfect for any occasion. Start with sandwich or wrap platters. They're loaded with craveable crowd pleasers to feed your crew without all the work. Or try individually packaged box meals featuring a tasty 6-inch sub, footlong, or wrap, plus chips and a freshly baked cookie. When you have a group to feed, make it fun, delicious, and easy with catering from Subway. Visit Subway.com to place your catering order. Advance notice may be required.
The T-County Boxing Academy is the area's #1 training center for those who are serious about boxing. Serious athletes know that everything they put into their bodies affects their workouts, which is why the T-County Boxing Academy offers the industry's best supplements at the best prices for the best workouts possible, including brands like 5% Nutrition. Try their real food protein with low glycemic carbs. If you want to train like the pros, use the supplements Pro Boxer Sugar Dre Donovan of Urixville uses. Available at the T-County Boxing Academy, located on East High Avenue in New Philadelphia.
Let Sugar Valley Meats help you get ready for the game with all your tailgate favorites. Their retail store features the freshest, locally raised beef, pork, and chicken. Enjoy freshly cured and smoked meats from the Sugar Valley Smokehouse, along with bologna, hot dogs, jerkies, and more. They can custom cut your order, and all meats are dressed on site, all with everyday low prices. Sugar Valley Meats, State Route 39 to Dutch Valley Drive, turn right and go 1/4 mile, celebrating over 30 years of fresh, farm-raised, local meats.
You've been watching high school football playoff action with your Garaway Pirates. WJER Sports and Claxon Communications presented this live video stream on the WJER Radio YouTube channel, and replays can be found on demand at WJER.com/videos. Thanks to our scoreboard sponsors, Kime and Charm, Cleveland Clinic Union Hospital, First National Bank of Denison, Hampshire Insurance, Wendy's, T-County Boxing Academy, Commercial and Savings Bank, and Sugar Valley Meats. At the conclusion of the game, we selected the player of the game, courtesy of your local Subway restaurants. For the best in high school sports, stay tuned to WJER through all of the seasons. WJER is your sports voice of the Valley.